Because it does feel like it is more... AVULUS can make plays, but more of if we hit a certain timing, we're just going to probably win with this DOTA and the Storm that can super scale. But if Beast Coast can set tempo, maybe they can take control of this game. So, do we have any interesting facet choices coming out? I think I saw with the Void Spirit going for the most bizarre one.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What we got?
Went for the Call of the Void. So he's going for this like triple Aether Remnant thing.
I don't think I've ever seen a Void Spirit play with that.
I've only seen like actually as like support in some of my pub games if I'm serious. So pretty interesting, and maybe trying to adapt in terms of control since they're lackluster in it versus Storm. Interesting stuff.
Yeah,
I think everyone takes Sanctuary, if I'm not mistaken.
For sure, right?
That's what it's called, right? I'm not a Void Spirit
player. The one that gives you the barrier against the mixed damage, right?
I gotta look at almost everybody does. This is gonna hurt his lane, probably, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
I think so.
I don't think I've seen. Like I said, I don't think I've seen anybody taking a pro matchup. Somebody can correct me if I am wrong, which I do tend to be at times. But
so I might look at the stats because see what sort of the win rate is with this one. Let's have a look. But yeah, no, interesting to see. I don't think we've seen it in a pro game. And at least not in ones that we've been watching.
It is called Sanctuary, and it's all damage barrier. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah,
the other one's just
that one we always see. But this one, I guess it has to be because he wants to play more aggressive and have extra forms of catch, right? That's the only thing that I could see the argument for. But this is a cool one, an adaptation being made, and let's see if that adaptation does end up working or if it ends up hurting him in the matchup. Lumpy. Try to scout some information here. Maybe pretending that... I think he was pretending that he placed a ward. Did you see that? He actually backpacked his branch as he walked up to that area where Stormstormer was. So Stormstormer might actually think that there's a ward on top of his ward. Little mind game plays. Smoke coming out.
Ooh, it's a later smoke.
Looking for the bounty fight.
We've got good setup.
Whisper cut some trees. That's kind of cool. That means they won't have trample for the fight in 20 seconds, but I don't know if Beast Coast even wants to. MOUZ is going to walk over and scout. So yeah, let's see how these lanes go down. They have the SF tree, one of the strongest duos that we've seen in some time. Let's see how Eki is able to do.
Not
2 for 2.
Yeah, not able to get the fight going that they were hoping for there, AVULUS.
And a pause. And a DC.
I love this part.
Well, so as you say, well, bottom lane, Beast Coast, they should have a solid time with the duo. What about this top lane then for AVULUS? And overall, just how tough of a game is it going to be for AVULUS to make sure that Smiling Knight gets to get that early space and early farm on the Medusa? That's
got to be the question. I think Seneko, they mentioned on panel, Lacoste was saying how we haven't seen the CM too much, but, oh yeah, by the way, let's see if they do waste a sentry too, because they're pinging a bunch there, but they don't actually use the sentry. The Jabate did not work from Lumpy. Let's see if the Frostbite in particular is going to be enough to hold back and stop the aggression that can come from this top lane, because it is a very strong aggressive lane that they've gone for again. The Rubik plus that Primal Beast. CM Medusa is not something that I've seen in combination too often either. Triple Mangoes being purchased on CM, which is always very valuable for the hero itself, but also very valuable for Smiling Knight. They're just going to nuke the whole wave down, so first wave is deleted just from the trample and a Fade Bolt, or not even just a Fade Bolt, just a trample. And they'll force that DOTA under tower immediately.
And overall, we're a fan of the final pick here for Beast Coast, getting the Void Spirit in?
It's one of Lumpy's most comfortable heroes, but still a bit of a question mark of a one for me. There is some limited catch that's coming out, so sometimes we are seeing more and more of these spirits rise. I don't know how he's going to do, because this lane isn't the easiest for him either. Gets 2 last hits versus 8 and 2. So Stormstormer really pushing it.
Yeah, first wave down here on the bottom lane. No struggles for Beast Coast. And definitely AVULUS that have to be careful. They're able to get any sort of setup from MOUZ. Pike's going to be able to run them down with raises.
Nice deny. Getting range creep denies is going to be big if they're ever able to do so on the side of AVULUS, because this is a lane that they should, on paper, lose pretty hard. Lane manipulation happening in the top. Whisper dragging some waves. Same thing for Smiling Knight. Smiling Knight will get the wave into a good position back for him. Once they get level 3 up here on the side of Beast Coast, definitely could see that kill thread coming out. Seneko in particular has to be very cautious with this Frostbite. But yeah, I'm glad to see CM when you see a Primal. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the hero, your spells are great when you are playing versus it. The Frostbite, even the Crystal Nova, the slow is always relevant to be able to stop a Primal in its tracks. Problem is going to be how much Elmisho is going to be able to get done when he does get these nice spell steals, because he's got a lot this game. He's got the Snap, the CM, and the Pango to be able to take from. Nice, secure. They get the catch. Ooh.
It's close. It's close. I mean, yeah, top lane, it's been easy farm for Smiling Knight. It's not like Whisper's been able to deny much away from him so far on these first waves.
Nope. Mid's that biggest disparity. Stormstormer even tanking the Aether Remnant so that he prevents the last hit onto the range creep, playing the matchup. Very nice. Rotations can definitely be made early. I could see the potential of even like Elmisho making an early move to the Storm Spirit. We used to see that more often. I feel like it's kind of stopped for some time when we don't see the 4 position trying to gank the Storm early on. Could be a move that they can make, and it's something I've seen Beast Coast do before for Lumpy when he is having a bit of a hard time. And he is absolutely having a hard time, Owen. 11-2 to 23-5. That is pretty brutal. Especially in a game where Stormstormer is playing versus limited catch, limited disables. If he gets too good of a start, Storm could run rampant.
And Lumpy. Just got to jump out with the Dissimilate there.
It's actually AVULUS who's making the move to potentially kill Lumpy.
He's got to be careful. They can snipe him if he steps up.
He throws the scan out. He knows something's up.
Top lane.
They'll find Misho.
They will indeed. Now Misho gets a little too close for comfort. So not only just having free farm on this top lane Smiling Knight, also
that's a dream.
Getting involved in some early action here.
Yeah,
and got kill potential, these two.
Yeah, CM. Yep. If you're not dying, if you're not getting run down, if you get these levels early on, you can pose some good aggro threat. And they have a stack on the small camp. Whisper might have to just run over and steal it so they don't pull and deny the wave away. But that, yeah, I'm gonna just keep looking at this mid disparity. They have to refill Lumpy's bottle. I believe that's what the Rubik did go over to do. And they're gonna have to get some stacks going to recover the game. For Lumpy in particular.
It's not going to get any easier, this matchup.
No.
If Stormstormer hits the 6 first...
It gets harder, in fact.
Yeah, he could definitely look to try and kill Lumpy off before he hits his 6.
He does get the last hit there onto the range creep this time around with the Aether Remnant. But yeah, Stormstormer is off to a hot start. That's 6-minute rotation, or the 6-minute rotation around the Power Rune. Could be devastating, especially with Frostbite now being level 2. They definitely could kill threat onto Lumpy. Both supports having a form of control with that Electric Vortex. And yeah, Deucen feeling zero pressure whatsoever. A formula for success for the side of AVULUS. They've had some very good games on this Deucen before in mid.
Able to step up. He's got the Dissimilate again here, Lumpy. Keeps him safe, but constantly getting bullied out of this lane.
I wonder if this is going to end up doing anything with these this Call of the Void. We'll have to see way later on, because early on it is very underwhelming. But and Seneko will spot the Rubik. Rubik will spot Seneko, but that means that the rune, it's going to be secured for Stormstormer, who's already off to a hot start, and it's a haste. Could even look to make an early rotation if he sees an opportunity.
Or just a straight-up dive.
Whisper is doing... Whisper's trying to maximize, so he's pulling creeps into neutrals. Just trying to get the most out of his lane as possible, rather than threatening the Dusa. One to 0 only at the 6-minute 30. Stormstormer, is this a Wisdom Rune Steel Haste Rune potential? Or is it just stacks? Might be the Wisdom Rune first and then the stacks after.
If they get both of those.
That would be brutal. Lumpy's got to move over. He's got Astral Step, but he is spotted walking up. Are they still going to full commit for that Wisdom? Stormstormer's going in.
I think they'll want to.
Heavy rotations coming in.
Cookie jumps put to a stop, Stormstormer jumps forward.
Misho gets it.
And Misho indeed able to secure the Wisdom for Beast Coast.
They have to bring so many heroes, but well worth it. And Sineko, he's gonna survive.
He is, he's able to turn. Stormstormer holds in position Whisper. If they got the damage to take Whisper down, they don't, so Whisper will also live.
Nice little healing Lotus is being passed his way, get healed from Leech Seed, but a good early aggression from AVULUS. Beast Coast, lucky to get that rune.
Yeah, Whisper might have had that kill as well if his courier hadn't been sniped, because it had the full phase boots on.
Very, very true. Nerf CM, -1 armor.
This one was not for you.
And Jibbe so far, I mean, he's struggling, but it's not bad by any means. So onto this Pangolier. The lack of catch and disable, haven't been able to find a kill onto him. Pyke is free farming. But Medusa just having a little bit of that edge and does have that good core-to-core matchup.
Misho.
Misho.
Should be pretty dead here. As they're able to get the jump. The question is if they can get any kill in return. They will make the commitment over towards Sineko. Indeed, they'll find him. Stormstormer is very low on the mana. But unlikely to have the damage, these two, to punish him under the tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's got Arcane Rune, so definitely wants to try to make something happen. Bottom the dive. Pyke.
They're in on top of him. TP's starting to come in. Rolling Thunder hits again. He's getting healed up, and he's going to be able to get the Requiem off. Holds his position, and with the TPs, they're able to make a turnaround play. Taking out Eki.
Medusa too, in a dangerous position.
There's no escape, surely, for Smiling Knight. The 5 of them surrounding the Medusa. That's a big one for them to find here. Beast Coast getting the chance to swing back pretty hard with AVULUS bringing them those kills.
Pyke just stood his ground. Heals up extra from the Leech Seed. I believe a Lotus or 2 gets passed over to him as well. Maybe a bottle charge. He lives all of it. That's a very aggressive move that AVULUS makes, bringing their Medusa down.
Yeah, definitely slows down Smiling Knight's game. I mean, so far, he was top CS. You know, he was having a complete free time up there, but takes the risk to try and get involved and does not pay off.
That's the Mask of Madness done. So Pyke will start to accelerate pretty fast here. And top, Sineko.
Whisper. Starting with the setup. They're going to try and bring down the Primal Beast. He's very tanky, though, at this early stage, even so.
Another grab.
I'll get him eventually. Takes a bit of time, but wasn't getting any backup there, Whisper. The rest of the team not interested in fighting.
Are they here to be able to defend? Pyke has a TP, but he's kind of low mana. AVULUS is going to take them all.
Can they punish this?
Lumpy?
He just walks up, gets frostbitten, gets cookied into the root.
Oh my goodness, he's got the steps, but taking another nuke to the face. Power Rune bottom, Jibbe will TP to cut them off. He'll be able to take that one or secure it for Stormstormer. He's got Arcane Boots too, so they can pump Stormstormer's mana up to continue fighting. And
that was good. He had the range.
He has range,
so it wouldn't have died, but would have certainly given him quite the scare.
With this amp damage, looks like this time they want to try to get Pyke. MOUZ.
Stormstormer.
Quite a bit of mana used. Doesn't get the catch, and now look at the swing top, Smiling Knight. They've got all 3 cores rotating for him. He has a point held if he needs to go for Stone Gaze. He absolutely feels the necessity.
Yeah, and they know that's too far to chase for Pyke. I'll stick with the team.
They'll go for the tower instead. Tower for tower exchange. The amp damage plus the catapult will kill it pretty fast. With the SF turning up, kills top at almost the same speed, even though it's lower. How's Snap doing? Snap has ulti. It's a very tanky Primal Beast, though. They do have to bring quite a lot in order to stop Whisper. Will charge through. But they were about to set up for him a long
big zip.
zip.
It's going to be a lot of mana here for Stormstormer, and not quite enough to catch on towards Whisper.
That's 2 big zips that he's been off the bar completely. A blast to break the raindrop. How annoying. I like it. Get rid of that last charge so he loses the regen.
Beast Coast, they want to maybe try and make a play here around Whisper.
They've got the root, so now they have an extra form of Disable too to potentially catch the storm. Around the Power Rune. They want to get Lumpy one of these good power runes to start getting him something going his
Can
way.
they jump him? They're going to try, but the zip up to the high grounds.
Move.
In time for the Stormer. Now the kisses are coming in. They're going to try and turn and burst through Whisper with the kiss damage. Is the
stolen kisses.
But indeed the stolen ones, they're doing a whole lot more. The grabs there on the Stormer as he and Seneko fall. Lumpy is going to get caught in the river by the Rolling Thunder. Can he get any way up to the high ground? He cannot. Pike's coming in from the side though, dropping down the raises. Eki jumps over with the cookie.
Here's the Deucer.
See Pike is ready in position with the Requiem. Will be enough to push back Smiling Knight. Smiling Knight falling pretty low on the mana. And will manage to walk back up to the safety of the high ground. Eki has a final nuke in to finish off MOUZ. El Misho also getting taken out by the jump burst of Jibei. So AVULUS will make the fight work overall.
Yeah, very nice one. Hey, the stolen kisses come into play massively with that root follow-up, but afterwards, they've got the numbers. And these multiple Arcane Boots that they've got are pretty huge. They've got Arcane Boots Snapfire, Arcane Boots on the Pango too, so just they keep pumping up the mana. Same thing with the Crystal Maiden, Arcane Boots CM. It's a Storm Medusa lineup. These Arcane Boots are going to be very valuable on those long-duration team fights.
See, again, as you said at the start, it was a solid steal hit with the kisses coming into play in favor of Beast Coast, but the drawn-out fight ends up favoring AVULUS. Even with Pike turning up for Beast Coast, it just wasn't quite enough to resolve the fact that they lost Lumpy.
These offlane Pangos are doing so much, it feels like. When they get these type of angles, in the river in particular, it's like you have like 4 ults in comparison to 1, just from these constant chain stuns. And I believe he does have the Vessel done too, so increased damage that's going to be coming up from Jibby. He's also fairly tanky now. 1700 HP on this Pango. Not going to be an easy feat for them to pierce through. And they're feeling a bit of surge of momentum here. Kisses are up in 5 seconds. Power rune again.
Let's pick up the illusion ready. Lumpy jumps in aggressively. Tries to get the chase down on towards Seneko. Seneko jukes into the trees and now having to turn with the Frostbite, and Lumpy is actually the one taking the most damage out of this.
He's got to be careful. This constant poke that comes out. Stormer was a bit low on mana, but as we said, triple Arcane Boots, they're going to push him right back up to full. Well, not full, but 3/4.
Just giving some space for Smiling Knight to continue to stay just that little bit ahead of Pike.
He's getting good timings. The Manta's done. Blade Mill, the standard here for Whisper. Super tanky, can do quite a bit versus versus the kisses and all this thrown down damage, the 2 supports in particular. Standard build for the Primal.
And I imagine just a bit of concern here for Beast Coast that they know that Smiling Knight's getting as much as he is.
Yeah, and Lumpy is not having a good time. He's 0, 1, and 5. Yes, he's got a bunch of assists, but not finding a single kill to his name just yet. It's feeling like the game plan for AVULUS is double mana benefiting heroes.
Yeah, it's working out so far. Beast Coast,
and they scale hard.
They got to do something more.
I feel like Beast Coast does have to be the ones to set tempo this game. Otherwise, a Storm Deuce as the game progresses is terrifying. Stormer, I think every game we're seeing, everybody's doing it. Yeah, 15 minutes hits, Shard gets purchased. Damage goes up massively for the team. This Overload reminds me of the old times of, you played when this existed, the old Chilling Touch. Remember when you would AA buff your teammates with Chilling Touch and everyone got the bonus damage? Maybe that was.
What was that tied to?
Maybe that was before your.
Was that just part of the spell?
That was like a. But yeah, this Overload thing, like giving everybody that extra 100 damage for 3 hits is pretty crazy. Or 120 now that he's got the talent too, so. MOUZ is spotted. A good aggressive ward from AVULUS, watching the movements out. Jibei, Rolling Thunder coming out.
I mean, Lumpy's used both jumps here to get the kill on towards Seneko, which they do succeed in. The question is if they can get back out. Big zip across the storm. They've got the control, holding Whisper underneath the kisses coming in. As it's a trade that, again, is not going to do any favors for Beast Coast.
No, and that's why I like this Vessel, too, for Jibei. When you're playing versus like a super tanky Primal Beast, it's incredibly valuable.
Mid lane. So if they can get anything here, the fortification forced out. Lumpy.
This Deuce is just standing her ground with no fear. Lumpy.
And they've got the root as well. Seneko, can he get the follow-up? He's got the frostbite. Hasn't got enough damage on his own to kill him, but still Lumpy's just being forced to retreat. There's the regen in the remnants of it at least.
Regen saved him for sure there. A 4K gold lead though, AVULUS getting good control here. They've got Rolling Thunder in 30 seconds.
They're coming around on the high ground. A defusal done for Medusa, so Smiling Knight very ready to get involved in all of these fights.
Just feels like they can fight a little bit easier together. For the side of Beast Coast, their conditions of being able to fight just do feel harder. Being able to control the storm is complicated. They have to save root, it feels like, for the Pango ults perhaps, but does not feel the easiest for them to approach these team fights until maybe they do get that next item. While for AVULUS, I feel like it's go time. They can take any fight right now. And when you have the late game scaling lineup and you're the one making the moves, it feels very good. Another catch.
Quick grab around the mid. Whoever shows here, likely to get picked off in this sort of fashion.
And another power rune. Most of the plays in this game, I think, have been around those power runes. Starting to prevent some stacks as well. Seneko's blocking him out. And they know Pyke is here. Frostbite.
That's the setup. It's going to have the Requiem to stop the ultimate from Seneko, but the Rolling Thunder, of course, will still come through. The overgrowth of anything, just keeping him held on top of Pyke quite fortunately here for AVULUS, as Pyke cannot run away from this one. Lumpy, the help of Whisper, trying to fight back. They'll be able to get Jibbe and need more. They're on the chase down to Seneko, but Stormstormer's ready with the zipper cross straight over towards Lumpy, catches him, kills him off. Stormstormer, he's happy to bail out, and he'll find his way safely out of there with the TP.
2 for 2, but it's the 2 big cores that they end up getting. They get Pyke. They slow down his farm. Meanwhile, Smiling Knight having the time of his life. Diffusal's done. Manta's online, nearly level 15 for the increased farm pace. It's looking really good for AVULUS.
Yeah, this disperse is going to be super fast if he wants to rush that and finish that off. We'll see again here.
The root actually kind of hurt him more than helped.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
You have to use it though, right? But it ends up just getting him stuck on top of him, so.
Maybe ideally you could have waited a bit longer for him to get just that bit further away.
Maybe.
But allowed him to stay close, get a couple of bounces. I mean, highly likely Pyke was dead there anyway, with the chase and the fact that Stormstorm was making his way over as well. They find something in return, but again, it's these sort of trades. They're just not changing the game state for Beast Coast. They've got to try and find some of these core kills outside of just the occasional Pango here and there, and losing their carry, losing their mid. It's keeping them, as you say, so far behind that of the progress of Smiling Knight's Medusa.
Yeah. And Stormstormer, it feels like he's just getting every single power rune. See which one it's going to be at that 20-minute mark, but yeah, they're getting everything out of this map. Almost a BKB done for Stormstormer, and he's only got the 1 death. There's only going to be that overgrowth. I mean, the Primal Beast too, but very difficult for them to pretty much lock down this Storm Spirit if he's able to get this. And it's an Arcane top. It's like you 4 play together, Smiling Knight play by himself until he's got Disperser, and then likely to be able to force more fights and maybe even force a Roshan engagement, which
I mean, Beast Coast haven't been able to find a way to get out on the map and make a move towards the Medusa. Smiling Knight is just getting left completely alone.
Maybe when Pyke has BKB, that might be the call for them. BKB on him, pipe onto the Primal Beast, and then look for that fight, but the timings are just that much faster for AVULUS. And their draft is very scary once they start getting this type of farm on a Storm and a Medusa.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's the BKB coming out for Pyke. It is. He's going to show himself before it arrives. It now has gone onto him.
It just goes straight on top. Is he able to get the Requiem off? He is!
Rude.
And Stormstormer gets completely exploded.
Perfect positioning there from MOUZ. An instant root right on top of the SF.
Mid though, Lumpy.
Oh my, Lumpy.
He's got to run.
Can he?
No. He cannot. He's gone. That's going to be money for the Disperser done. This is going to be some of the fastest timings that we've seen, I feel like, on Medusa when it comes to this Disperser on the build.
Whisper.
Get the grab.
The cookie to stop the grab. That could have maybe been a moment where they could have punished because Stormstormer was dead. Can they turn this into a tower? Whisper's gonna try. He's got that Dispel during Uproar now. He's actually very high level on this Primal Beast, so can protect himself a bit versus that lockdown. Can disengage. Stormstormer probably telling his team, I'm going to finish BKB before I before I zip in again, more than likely, as he does get punished in that last situation.
Radiant are scanning.
And this time they will be able to decline a rune from Stormstormer.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
MOUZ going Solar Crest. I thought he was going to go Blink on the tree this game, but feeling like he's just not getting enough farm, I guess. Just going to go for buffing up his allies, buffing up the SF. Again, could cause problems in terms of positioning versus BKB, Storm, and Pango. They'll fight Sineko. And Pyke does have level 15, and he does have one of the lasting presence stacks. He's going to start poking mid tower.
Well, look at the fortification now. AVULUS. What do they want to do in return? Let's just see the fortification popped in response here by beastcoast to keep this push going. They're going to get this nice and early. 23 minutes in. Tier 2 taken in the mid lane.
This 15 talent on SF is crazy to be able to siege. Slowing down AVULUS' momentum nicely these last few moments. AVULUS respawning. Looks like they're just going to go for the Tormentor here.
Still just not stopping the Medusa though. Smiling Knight's farm. Some crazy numbers.
BKB done now for Stormstormer. So easier for him to just jump in rather than just getting exploded from a Requiem. Misho does still have Frostbite, but it's about to be going away, so does need to find a new spell. Roche, it's going to be the call, perhaps, to play around now. SF has a fresh, small crit.
Dire are scanning.
They saw the Storm in the mid lane for a second.
They're going to bring the fight to this, AVULUS, for sure. beastcoast know it.
5v5 fight. Who gets the better angle? Full Greaves on Eki. This Snapfire is quite farmed. There's mech on the Rubik as well to counteract, but this Snapfire, level 2 ulti online. They're getting the positional advantage. The illusions are going to show in mid. Roche is going to start switching sides soon. Or are they just going to go for it? Can they bring it down before it swaps? I think they can. But the team's coming over. beastcoast
For the Rock'em. And they're ready to charge forward. Whispers into the pit. Focus the Primal first. See if they can get Whisper out of the fight. But Whisper's able to turn, get the grab off. Slamming down Eki on the Snapfire. The Roshan still continue to fall low. And Whisper will go out the fight. He's dead for 50 seconds.
Roche is leaving.
With the Rolling Thunder. He's going to get caught in the Remnant on the way out of it, but they're so low on beastcoast. They were going to be able to get the cleanup here. AVULUS as they just zip across with Stormstormer, get the grab on Lumpy. They get the 3 kills, and they'll be able to follow Roche and continue to finish that one. Oh, Pyke. Thinking about making a Requiem play.
Misho may have just killed himself.
I think so. He tried to put a bit of a stop. Pyke. Still teasing around the Requiem.
Stole the ball,
Misho's able to keep himself safe. Stormstorm's going to TP back to the base, seeing as he's out of mana. But the rest of AVULUS will be able to head over and finish Roshan.
Yeah, great roll. Jibbe covering everything. Nobody can walk into the pit. Whisper goes in. It feels like he needs to because they probably just assume that Roche is dying, but the team is quite far from connecting to him. You can see the SF on the minimap. Look at Pyke's positioning. When all this is going down, Pyke is nowhere near the fight.
They're just not quite able to back Whisper up in time.
And then, yeah, as soon as Pyke shows, Jibbe just fully controlled him. A very nice fight coming up from this Pango.
And Lumpy once again not able to get out alive. Stormstormer having his number. Knew exactly where he was in the tree line. Struggles here for beastcoast. Trying to hold on against AVULUS as AVULUS continue to just grow their advantage. Whisper heading in onto Smiling Knight.
He's got to run. Can he disengage? He can. This Deuce is too threatening. So much heal, so many ways to pump her up. Just committing into this Deuce when you have SF is very scary. As we've said, that core-to-core matchup just becomes more and more dangerous unless you're ahead on SF. And now they're starting to siege, starting to get more map control. Stormstormer even hunting. Misho He still has ball lightning, so he is being very pesky of how he's going to cut the wave.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And bottom
They're making
lane,
the play bottom.
Stormstormer starting to tease around with Pyke. Smiling Knight turns up, and Pyke's out of this. They'll be able to stop the push. This time around, Beast Coast not losing anybody. They will get out in time.
Yeah, Beast Coast just being very annoying, cutting waves. Trying to buy time versus this Aegis, but it is 3 minutes, and I believe that is that the full Scotty done? It is. A full Scotty on the Dusa. She is absolutely alone, though.
She's able to get the Stone Gaze off. Backup's on the way, so
She's
and of
fine.
course has that Aegis on top of it all. So hard to take down with these insane item timings that Smiling Knight's been able to smash out.
Scotty's done already versus the SF. About to hit 20 talent too. Pyke. Just
In the
quite
mid.
far behind in mid. This time, do they have enough? They do. Sorry, Misho, no ball lightning for you.
And Beast Coast
Dire's top
just
tower is under
struggling throughout these 28 minutes so far to really get a hold on this game.
We'll at least steal a Wisdom rune away, but yeah, them. It really is just AVULUS is the dictators of the pace, and they have such a strong scaling lineup with such a big Medusa that you can just, I mean, Smiling Knight's definitely smiling. At least internally.
Yeah, they love these sort of games. It's getting to the point now where you've got to really consider, you know, how you go about letting this Medusa get through when it comes to AVULUS.
Yeah.
They love to play this style, and they're very good at it.
Lumpy is getting closer to an Aghanim at the least, so to be able to control the Pango is probably going to be the most important thing for him. If he can get these multiple silences and they can burst the Pango off, that can break the team fight a bit there. It's a hard one to do, but if they're able to actually do that, then maybe they can open up opportunity to isolate the Dusa. It's still a hard ask, but that's probably the way that they go by the fights. Wait for Aegis to go down, get Ags on him, and look for that catch, and try to play off of that. AVULUS still having 100 seconds though on this Aegis.
Yeah, they can set their sights for some of the tier 2s here. Almost certainly.
No gem purchase for them yet. I was checking to see if Seneko had gold, but he's actually quite rich on the CM and he spent his gold. I see Eki has queued it up. Usually when you've got this type of advantage, you want to start getting that gem going, control pretty much all the information on the map, because there's some sneaky wards that we've seen from Beast Coast, and they're just playing about lane cutting. Can MOUZ hide this time?
Doesn't look like it. Stormstormer finding him. He'll drop the ult. Tries to TP out, but the burst is too much from Stormstormer.
Does pop EKB, but worth it for the kill unless they can set up for him later on while it's on cooldown. Jibe, they're making a trap for him. Whisper, considering a jump. The squad is arriving though. AVULUS is starting to connect.
Oh, they're going to smoke up. We'll see if they use this to try and reset and get back in to make a play, or if it's just to escape.
If it can catch the Storm when his BKB is on cooldown, that would be pretty big. So either the Storm or the Pango now, if Lumpy can get a catch.
Well, this could be clutch here for Beast Coast if they could pull it off.
Look at Smiling Knight. He's connecting toward the team. Lumpy.
He's going to find the jump on a Jibe. They get the grab to follow up. They're going to be out of 100 to 0, the Pango.
Very nice. Exactly how they have to do it. Just find him isolated. A kill's a kill. Not the most massive, but it's something. Jibe immediately, he's got Lotus, so he will have a way to play versus it a bit here in that next situation.
Dire
And does find Cloak of Flames, so that's also nice. More magic resist for him. Aegis does get reclaimed.
Already closing in on his next sight and Smiling Knight, the butterfly.
I feel like Beast Coast played pretty well around that Aegis, though. Cutting the waves, you know, finding themselves a kill. Not allowing AVULUS to really pressure too much besides that tier 2 top. It's not the worst case scenario by any means. When you're playing versus that Aegis Medusa, sometimes she can just force a ton, so splitting up the map was quite nice for them. Lumpy.
Stormstormer's got the jump. Is there much follow-up, though? And is there enough mana to chase in upon him? There is for now on Stormstormer. Not
Kisses.
quite enough. They're trying. The kisses, they're coming in. They connect,
They
and they'll
got
do
him.
the job there. Eki with the snipe.
From the distance, he's having a phenomenal game. And
that
then
sort of
one he
max
gets
range
too.
kisses there. That was pretty bold to commit for. It pays off there.
Yep.
Eki.
Dire's top
And he passes over the gem to Stormstormer to continue hunt the Beast Coast split push. May look to force a bit here. Smiling Knight. Tier 2 is available.
That butterfly's so close.
Pyke does hit 20, so his damage has gone up massively, has a Daedalus.
Can they really start something into this Medusa?
Ooh, that's their high ground glyph. You wanting to use it, okay. Just really wanting to hold on to this tower. Whisper has a Crimson Guard. That Crimson could put in a decent amount of work, especially versus the Deuce, who's not hitting the hardest yet. Could block some fair instances to perhaps allow Pyke to stand his ground. Smoke's coming out. AVULUS. Another power rune on Stormstormer. He's got the shield. He swaps in the plate mail.
So they get the jump on. Stormstormer's in. So we get this set up on towards Whisper. Lumpy jumps in return. Has to jump out immediately.
Whisper's out of mana.
So there's no fight to be had here for Lumpy for now. They're trying to get Whisper out to safety, but the chase is here for Jibe rolling forward. Is there any way to get him down? There is.
Whoa.
The double forces get him down to the low ground. That may just be enough to keep Whisper alive. It's a good play here from Beast Coast to avoid anybody going down to AVULUS' attempt.
Nice disengage. Whisper has to be cautious how he gets engaged on. Beast Coast needs to get the initiation.
They're still walking up though.
To have any chance for that upcoming fight. Smiling Knight just too strong, standing his ground. Whisper has
He's just
shield
walking
back
up into the 5 of them, Smiling Knight.
There's no Rolling Thunder, and he still feels confident to walk up like that.
That's pretty crazy.
Says a lot. They're gonna smoke. They're gonna look for a wrap onto backlines.
Who can Whisper find?
Kisses are back available. Rolling Thunder in 30 seconds. Power Rune also spawning in 10. Which one's it gonna be?
And AVULUS seem pretty aware of this. They're pulling back themselves so they can also remain on the high ground. Smiling Knight steps up, trying to bait some action. Whisper's going to head him, but he's not going to fully commit.
Not the target you want to go for. You want to catch the back line. Lumpy.
He's
jumps.
in. So we get the jump over to Snake and burst through the Crystal Maiden. Smiling Knight puts the Stone Gaze. Whisper pretty much out of mana. Stormstormer jumps across. He's got the control of the Vortex. The kisses are coming in, but Whisper's forced back to safety. Pyke gets the Requiem up, pushes back Smiling Knight. So if they can find Lumpy, he's jumping around the backlines again. He's continuing to get away with it. They've got the grab onto Smiling Knight. The fight's become pretty separated, but Smiling Knight is so tanky. The overgrowth comes out, but the Manta's there. They turn their efforts towards Jibe. Jibe gets ripped to parts here by the damage from Pyke, but Pyke is struggling to stand toe-to-toe with the Medusa. Has to force back. Whisper swings across once more with the charge. Stormstormer's out of mana.
Pyke.
Scatterblast onto Pyke. Cookie forward as well from Eki, getting Smiling Knight in position to finish Pyke off. And now they can turn towards Whisper out of mana. And running out of backup as well as AVULUS. They play the fight just well enough to be able to come out on top.
Beautiful.
I mean, Beast Coast, they're doing their best. They're doing everything they can to try and just separate the fight, get the Medusa's attention drawn away from the rest of the team. But at this point, Smiling Knight's just so massive, he doesn't really need the rest of the team buy-in. They can't kill this Medusa.
Oh, and it feels like for Beast Coast, it's like 6D chess to try to take these fights while Smiling Knight auto-attacks and gets some backup from his team spells, and it ends up working. Look at the damage that he did in comparison. Yeah. He did almost the same damage as the entire Beast Coast lineup just from auto-attacking. And I have to highlight, I love this Disperser build that he's gone for. It's ruining Whisper.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
He can't cast spells. He's just completely burned in every single one of these fights when he walks up. Lumpy actually played it pretty nice too. He jumped backline, almost chain CC'd the Pango, stopped the kisses, but it still didn't matter. The Butterfly plus the Talisman, or plus the Elven Tunic, they can't hit him. So Pyke needs an MKB for that next situation to try to focus down the Medusa.
And at that point, Smiling Knight likely to be well on the way towards his next time. Looking at the Daedalus, they're looking to try and get the setup soon for Roshan. It's only going to be up for 30 seconds.
And their ults are all back up. So they will just be able to look for it with Rolling Thunder again.
Oh, 20 seconds till Roche. Beast Coast, I'd imagine they will try and fight the Roche.
I think you have to. I think if you give this Roche, the game is near impossible for you.
Because yeah, the Deuce is just going to sit on your high ground and take your entire base, almost certainly, when she's got the safety of the Aegis to rely on.
Does he have the MKB done yet? I don't think he does. Still not quite there.
Roche is up. beastcoast, they don't seem to be in any sort of shape yet to make a quick move up here. So AVULUS, they will get this.
The courier got killed by illusions.
What? Oh, that's bad news.
They can maybe go high ground.
That's very bad news for Pyke. He would have had, he's what, 30 gold, but yeah, with his Ancients, he would have had that MKB.
Yeah.
Now he's not going to have it for nearly 3 minutes.
He's found. Can he play his way out of this? Looking unlikely.
The ult's coming in from Sineka. We'll get put to a stop with the slam coming in. And another Frostbite's there. Whisper trying to run, but Stormstormer's got enough mana to chase him down. So not only there's no Whisper for 70 seconds, as I say, there's no MKB for Pyke for 2.5 minutes because of that courier snipe.
Time to cut waves again, right? Beast Coast, do what you did last time when there was an Aegis. Hope that you can stop them from getting to your base, because if they do, this Deuce is going to shred it. And yeah, as you mentioned, 2 minutes that they have where the SF's not going to be able to deal nearly enough damage.
Stormstormer?
That was weird.
Take the Watcher. Won't see Lumpy.
I like it. Zip and stop. I think his courier died with the full Aghanims. So Stormstormer, I think I saw somebody's at least die with it, so we'll lose a bit of value, but it does feel like that push is going to come.
It is. And Smiling Knight, 400 gold away from his own Daedalus, so he will be doing the damage.
And almost 25. He is knocking on the front door. What's your answer?
And so far, just showing how good Smiling Knight really is with his Medusa. Just how good as a team AVULUS are at playing around it.
And just knowing when to pick it. As we mentioned a bunch of times, right? Versus that SF, it is just such a good core-to-core matchup because you don't care about that presence.
Yeah, here it is coming out. Demon Edge on the courier. So this, again, insane timings here. 38 minutes in for Smiling Knight's Medusa.
They're going to cut the next wave. The banner is placed slightly out of range of these creeps, but they're pushing forward for it. Crimson, hold them off for a second here. Living Armor slowing it down.
Lumpy's in. Not to Manta his way out the Frostbite.
Will backdoor kick back in time.
No.
Denied.
Easy denied.
Next, they can keep going. Top lane can get pushed out, and they can just look to keep going for the siege with the Dusa. And it just prompts the question to Beast Coast, what do you do? Do you try some crazy YOLO smoke wraparound play and try, but...
Or go all in on the Medusa?
For Aegis, I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
I think maybe if you can try to isolate her, and then try
they kind of tried that in the last fight, didn't they, around mid?
Yeah.
With the way that Lumpy was pushing back everybody else.
Very true.
It's just tough. It's at this
really
point, you know, Medusa problem is a Medusa problem.
Very much so. MKBs, the courier's respawning in 10 seconds. They've got to wait for that at the least. And yeah, the line is drawn for the wraparound.
I gotta try something, Beast Coast. And this will be it. Lumpy. Pyke. See if they can get the surprise jump from the side. Lumpy's in.
Jibbe.
Gonna get him in onto Jibbe. Jibbe's able to get the roll up off. Silence on the Stormstorm. Immediately pops the BKB. Turns with the grab over towards Lumpy. Lumpy's out. The overgrowth is there. Almisha with the stolen rolling thunder coming across. But Smiling Knight turns up. MOUZ is going to get dealt with. They'll jump forward over towards Pyke and push them away with the Requiem. But he's not getting out alive. They've not got the buybacks. 3 of them dead.
GG.
It's over. GG is called. As AVULUS with Smiling Knight's Medusa, they seem pretty impossible to beat once they get the ball rolling, Fog.
Yeah. They hit their timings. They fought well. They shut down the SF enough. And I loved his build. I mean, I think he's done it almost every single time, but this game?
No, I'm just always, how to say, bringing with myself my laptop and other stuff, but no, not ready to go home.
Okay, so but you feeling confident about the second draft?
Yeah, kinda. I mean, we got our heroes. Maybe from something unexpected for the people who watching all our games can see that Sky race match. We didn't play it for quite long, but this game Eki was feeling that it's quite good. Synergy with Beast. And last pick Shadowfiend is also a bit unusual, but Smiling Knight was already asking for a few days, and hero become kind of popular in this meta. And we needed some range carry, so yeah, this Shadowfiend, like, let's see how it will go, like his first game on this Shadowfiend carry.
All right, we'll see how that one ends up for him. Yeah, a little bit precarious here, but you seem confident. What about the Darkseer? This isn't a hero we've seen a lot of so far in this tournament. Are you worried about it at all? And what do you think it gives that draft?
Darkseer?
Yeah.
Of course, it gives auras, which already sweet to current meta and team fight. Yeah, I think the idea of Darkseer was that they know we're gonna pick range carry, hypothetically, and Darkseer was quite good. Yeah, I mean, I will not, how to say, I can still say that beastcoast draft, I can see the idea. It's very depend on the laning stage, how well they will execute with early dominance from Monkey against Puck, and they got like good heroes, try to contest Beast and his stacks. If we try to, how to say, overplay this, we will be totally fine.
All right, Mag, thank you very much for that very comprehensive breakdown. A lot to go on there as we get into game number 2.
Thank you very much, Nomad and Mag. Yes, we're going to be able to get straight into the action, as you saw already on the screens of yourselves. We had that first blood. Yeah, Whisper able to take that as he brings down Smiling Knight. So yeah, indeed interested to see and hear that. So from Mag saying that this was sort of like a, you know, the Skyra was something a bit new from them, and the Shadow Fiend, whilst we've been seeing it from a lot of other teams, and not something we've really been seeing from AVULUS.
No, not so much. And last pick, Shadow Fiend making it through as well is pretty wild when they have the Naga Siren. So we'll have to see how that ends up working out. We'll have to see how this top lane goes in particular. I'm just curious to see the Skywrath. That's probably the biggest one, just because it's very big of a change and also can suffer a lot versus...
That's another kill for Whisper down here. He's having quite the start.
A beautiful start for him. And auras are fantastic this game. You do look early on, it's a lot of magical damage that's going to be coming out from AVULUS. If Whisper gets off to a hot start, he could really shut down quite a bit of that damage. Yeah, getting first blood, shutting down the SF, definitely very important. They have very strong lanes this time on the side of Beast Coast, and not even just strong lanes, very strong team fight, and that's what they like to do, early aggression and dominate. So it just looks like a completely different style from Beast Coast than they did that last time, and to me it does look quite good.
MOUZ is going to be able to slowly chase down Eki. Man, he's got a flame break at the ready, so I'll see if Eki can survive.
He's got no TP.
Same time, Revenge has happened down on the bottom side. They're able to take Whisper out, the two of them, Snake and Smiling Knight.
Eki's super dead. No way out of this.
Slowly but surely. He's got a fair fire on a stick if he wants to waste more of MOUZ's time. 10 sticky napalm stacks.
Can he suicide? No way.
Oh.
He's actually going to waste all his time.
Oh, that's a painful one there for MOUZ.
You saw him sit up in his chair too. He's like, oh, I got him. Oh, I got him good.
Okay.
A lot of wasted time. But Beastmaster can't really take too much advantage of that in terms of pressuring Pyke, but can't take terms of actually getting CS. So Jibe will be happy that he pulled the Batrider completely out of the lane. Ah, very nice.
So what do you expect out of the mid lane?
It's been Monkey King dominance almost every single time versus a Puck. It's been the matchup that we've seen so many times in this tournament. But Stormstormer has actually picked the Puck a couple times. I think yesterday, maybe it was, into the MK. He got owned yesterday, I think it was versus Coffee, but today he's doing much better. 18-5 to 15-4. It is a very early Puck pick, though, so there's quite a bit of counters that he will have to deal with. The lane in particular, but then also that Lion that came out. But yeah, Stormstormer playing it night and day difference. Yesterday he literally got crushed, so. Bottom.
Lining up the raises. But Misha and Whisper, they're able to turn and get on top of Smiling Knight. He's got the stick charges. Will get the kill. Can he get out, though? Because Whisper's chasing him with the Iron Shell.
Oh, he gets the move slow.
He's going to be fine. Able to turn and get another raise off. Whisper should be fine himself.
Whisper?
Oh, my goodness.
Got the one charges, but that was close. Deluge, what an ability. Probably one of the most broken basic abilities I've ever seen. Reducing status resist for some reason. It's so strong. Cannot believe that he gets away there on Smiling Knight. I mean, top, yep. That Skywrath pulling the bat out of lane. Jibe has excellent farm up here. This lane is the one to watch for me, too, because I've seen and I played this matchup a lot. It's Seneko bottom. Should be okay. The Sky versus Gyro is very weird how you have to play, because you cannot eat flak hits. You have to like play on the side because you're zero armor hero. So yeah, I'm interested to see what Eki's gonna do as the lane progresses. Because, yeah, phenomenal start for Jibe up there. Sneko now will die.
And just consistent chaos down on this bottom lane.
I think this game is going to be way more accelerated than last one. Even though we saw AVULUS making the aggressive moves last game, this is going to be a Beast Coast dictating the pace. They have their gyro. It's the, the South American gyro. We've seen them so many times, how fast they like to play with it. But they're really spamming.
It's a lot of spam, isn't it? Yeah, between these two. The fact that they didn't sort of get punished on the early levels means that, yeah, this stage, now that they've got the skills leveled up, that the damage flying out, it's not easy to stand in the lane against as a gyro.
No, this is actually, I mean, this is really cool. And it's a lot because of what Eki did. I do have to give him tons of credit. Just pulling that bat out of lane for such a long time. Now they've got level 2 axes, level 2 bore, and level 2 concussive for the spam. They may have to bring more regen or make a rotation. MOUZ makes a rotation through the portal, but now...
He's going to die for this. Eki TP's over. And they're going to be able to bring him over. Let's see if they can have the kill to Smiling Knight. That won't be the case. Eki gets the last touch, but he kills the kill nonetheless.
Misho. I mean, the courier is getting involved into the kills.
On top lane, Jibe. Pyke.
Nearly dies. I mean, another axe. If
Yeah,
he gets
he's got to sit back. He's got no regen on him.
He cannot go for that Lotus. That would have been suicide. Do they have any regen? They have nothing for him up here. They've got a lumpy rotation. He will dodge the axes. He's got a haste rune. Should have this.
Is there going to be any backup for Jibe? No. No, they can't save that. So, a very well-needed rotation from Lumpy. They needed to have something come in here to just free up the lane a little bit more for Pyke on the gyro.
Very cool. I like to see these teams. We're seeing so much new stuff at this tournament. Just these skies, anything in particular. Whisper.
Completely destroyed there by Smiling Knight.
He's got present stacks. That's 2 of them. Early on, it's an insane amount of minus.
I mean, Lumpy's making the move down here, but this will indeed be without the Darkseer. He's going to try and get the jump in on towards Smiling Knight. Sneko attempting to hold back Lumpy, but he's still able to get the Boundless down onto Smiling Knight.
Nice play.
These rotations from Lumpy doing a lot to secure some of the suffering that is occurring on these side lanes for Beast Coast. Lumpy's fixing it.
And that's the beauty of Stormstormer. Even though he did fantastic in this matchup, I have to give him a lot of credit. This is what Monkey can do a little easier early on. Just quick switching to the lanes, getting that pressure going. But yeah, Stormstormer's net worth is excellent this game, in the matchup in particular, right? He's behind the Monkey King, but I've seen it be absolutely horrific and sometimes in this matchup. Even for him yesterday. He died, I think, twice maybe it was to copy in lane. And Pyke just continues eating the pressure. More axes stacked onto him. He's having to hide all the way up here. As you said, Lumpy, he's the one to watch to be able to recover these lanes.
Yeah, Lumpy's trying his best.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And Smiling Knight. He's going to get caught by the Boundless. Jingu builds up. Homing missile in over towards him as well. Smiling Knight, can he escape Lumpy? He'll be able to keep his distance. Home with a few raises, gets knocked back in though to the stun. Smiling Knight falls. They'll be able to take out Sneko as well. Sneko out of options.
Very
Lumpy
nice
continues to get these kills, and Beast Coast, they're fighting back well in this game.
Nice flame break into Earthspike too. We said this was going to be a chaotic one. It's 7-4, 11 kills at the 8-minute mark. Lumpy gets the shield rune as well, takes that away from Stormstormer. Probably just going to keep moving. He finds a Skywrath.
There's so much action that Lumpy's getting early here. Dominating on the mid Monkey King.
And look what he's queuing up. He finds another courier. If he wants to go for this. What? Okay. All right, 3 or 4 couriers killed very quickly in sequence.
Yeah, Lumpy's popping off.
But yeah, he's got Orchid queued. If he does want to go for this build versus the Puck, devastating for Stormstormer. He's going to play versus Hex as well as that. Could be problematic. How many couriers was it actually? 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's just the 3. 4. Okay, it's a lot of couriers, whatever. Yeah. Just seeing in the sequence of how many he was able to get in the last few moments. Lumpy. Fantastic stuff.
Well, they want to try and go for Smiling Knight again.
Got the wall.
He's in a lot of trouble. There's no saving him. They lay down the Wukong's command finger as well.
Looking good for beastcoast in this early game. Throw the ion shells even if they'd like to onto Lumpy. Not at the moment. But if they do want to throw that onto him also, he'll have even more kill threat onto those side lanes. Jibe almost has Ags finished up. Pyke is still slowed down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But some really good moves from this Monkey King. Might even be able to finish this tower. The mech is finished for Whisper.
Radiant
Fully delivered on the courier.
is under attack.
As we said this game, it's going to be beastcoast playing very, very fast. Lumpy continuing to try to make these moves.
And the scan's hit. They know the whereabouts of Smiling Knight, but it's pretty close to the tier 2, so this one might be a bit too deep for beastcoast to go for.
AVULUS does feel like they have to sit back and farm quite a bit because their supports making moves independently is very awkward. Naga plus Skyrath is not the best duo of supports
Dire's
in unison.
is under attack.
And Stormstorm's doing a lot of early tower pressure.
He is.
You know, the mid-tier 1 tower he nearly was able to finish off. It's still there, of course, but very low on the HP. And now this top tower doing a lot of tower damage as well, not as much as he can as a puck. Stormstormer should be fine, and Jibe, can they catch him? They're going to hold back on the lasso attempt.
Yeah, they can't go for that. Song and Coil at the ready for the counter initiation. We'll have to split away.
Has been killed.
Mid tower, almost to fall. So all the time that Lumpy has spent rotating, Stormstormer has been able to pretty much finish this tower. He'll get the deny though, Lumpy. Great move.
Being denied.
She's still having that 600 separation from the puck, but yeah, not too bad for Stormstormer. 9-4.
See what they want to do next about Smiling Knight, because Smiling Knight, after that early bit of action, he's starting to get space, and you can see on the farm, it's not really hurting too much. Sure, he's not ahead, but he's certainly not behind.
No, and Jibe is getting time to farm his Ags. He does have that secondary stack that's being finished up on the left. Once he clears out these 2 stacks, he'll have it pretty much done. In the meanwhile, Whisper does have a tremendous stack that he's working on. Not quite as fast as a Beastmaster. AVULUS is trying to contest it here with Stormstormer. They might be able to steal quite a bit.
Oh,
did he get it all?
He pretty much got it all.
I think he...
Close to getting it all if he didn't, but that was a lot. That was a lot of light blue numbers appearing there when he made that jump. And now to the mid.
Quick and easy
He'll
kill.
celebrate with a quick and easy kill indeed. Dream Coil down. That's a lot of money in HP. They're going to Stormstorm. We get that big stack, and they're getting a kill. Has some good momentum here for the puck.
Cool moves from him so far. In a matchup that can usually go very one-sided versus the MK, he's pretty much even net worth now after those steals. Witchblade is done. So far, not getting tripped up on the puck.
Yeah, and just a very sort of relaxed approach to the Monkey King's early gameplay, where he was not sort of panic TPing into side lanes. He was like, well, you guys are fine. I'm just going to pressure the tower.
He literally got everything but 2 of those Ancients. I believe 1 big, 1 small that was claimed there from Whisper.
Dire's top tower.
Top, they're positioned for this kill. Level 7 on Eki. High burst.
They'll get this tower. So the pressure continuing here from AVULUS, despite the fact that beastcoast got the majority of these early kills. AVULUS doing a bit more on the tower pushing front.
Orchid is done though. So Lumpy, see what he's going to be able to make happen with this timing. He's a bit squishy on the Monkey King, but his aggression is very high. It's this high risk, high reward item. Smoked up. No blink yet on MOUZ. He's about 500 away, so Lumpy has to be the one to kind of initiate the fun. Stormstormer.
He's going to see it, but he gets caught by the balance into the Hex, the finger as well. The song comes out. Seneko saving Stormstormer. They'll just retreat. They won't try and fight back into this one. They'll be more than happy with the fact that they keep Stormstormer alive.
If that was in a better position, Smiling Knight could have perhaps got in there for a Requiem. Jibe. Lumpy's making the quick move.
They've got the Orchid. It's a lot of damage, and it will be enough, yeah, with the final tick at the soul burn of the Orchid.
Is he going to steal the rune too? The Wisdom. Eki. He'll be able to get it. Big hit, but he should be fine.
I mean, Lumpy's he's tempted to go for the dive play, but Seneko here
He's got
He's
team.
still going to go
He's got
for it.
backup.
Yeah, MOUZ is wrapping in from the side. Look at the lasso on Wallachia. They're killing him off under the tier 2 tower. They're able to turn. Seneko trying to ride. The Balance is in. They're diving in for this.
Not
as
enough, though.
Beast Coast kill off both of the supports underneath their own tier 2.
Beast Coast thriving under this. Lumpy is just making everything happen. He got the catch in the first case onto Stormstormer. They were able to get the kill, but instant moves. No hesitation from him. And now position still around these Ancients, too. Looking to play very fast. Gyrocopter getting it ahead of the SF now. And Blink is done for MOUZ, so an easier way for them to start fights. Now even Lumpy doesn't have to always fully initiate. It can be MOUZ with the follow-up of the Monkey. Well, for AVULUS, they do have the Ags Beastmaster timing. No song for 80 for counter initiation. But Beast Coast wanting to fight.
Yeah, Lumpy looking for a way to start the action. He's found Seneko. They'll jump in, knocking back with the flame break, but the backup's there, so
That
they
one's
can't push on for this kill. That's a step back for now, Beast Coast.
That one can be very dangerous when you're playing versus SF and Puck. If you don't catch one of these two, the Wombo combo can come out. Coil plus Requiem. And Stormstormer is getting closer and closer toward his Blink, too. Top net worth. Amp damage in the bottle. Could be a huge 5v5 clash. How long on song? 40 seconds. Lasso's at the ready.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Both teams very careful how they approach the fight. Beast Coast a bit more reckless, wanting to look for that jump.
Radiant are scanning.
They're staying together, and that net worth, it's starting to swing a little bit toward AVULUS. SF starting to get farm. TP's away, won't get caught. And there's that Blink. So easier ways for Stormstormer to play around. If he can just jump in and get the initiation. Initiation's going to be huge, either way. Whoever gets that jump.
Then they can set up a big combo.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? AVULUS have got a lot of different ways of entering into the fight. So that's what Beast Coast have to be careful of when they do keep up this aggressive sort of play.
They will have the auras from Whisper, though. No pipe just yet, but once he gets pipe, that's going to help a lot versus the combos that can come out from AVULUS. They're looking to claim this high ground again. They really want to try to catch something, but unable to find anything in these last few moments. Very deep wards they've placed down as well. MOUZ placing one in the hard camp of the Radiant side to watch if anybody is over here for them to get a potential catch, but so far it's been AVULUS responding well. Not losing anybody versus the aggressive moves that Beast Coast was attempting to find. And now they're going to smoke themselves.
And they're looking at mid.
And they have a ward here.
Oh, they're going to
It's
jump
perfect.
it. Coil onto the two of them. They're ready to quickly burst through. MOUZ with the roar. Pyke will get the chance to run, though.
The boar hit him. Is it enough slow?
He's got backup. Whisper's going to head in first. Jump in from Lumpy. He's just in the midst of it all. He's able to get the Wukong's command off.
Stormstormer's on Pyke.
I mean, Lumpy...
Get text.
He's forced them back with the Wukong's, but indeed off to the side. Almisho gets the catch and the burst to kill Stormstormer off. Pyke, he survives.
200 HP.
What? The tree gets cut though, Jibe.
Oh.
He finds Lumpy's tree with the axes.
Both mid laners die.
I mean, AVULUS, they're stepping up. They might be able to get further kills out of this. The Surge is in play on towards Almisho. They have the net.
Got the reel in.
He's going to turn with the stun. It's not going to catch on to anyone, though. And Eki's got the slow. Almisho, he'll fall after this all. Double kill for Jibe. I mean, it looked like Beast Coast were going to come out on top of the initial trade, taking out Stormstormer. But AVULUS persist and get 2 further kills. Jibe finding a big catch there in the tree line.
Initiation, as we said, it will be huge. They don't finish off the gyro, but will get a couple extra kills, and they place a secondary ward right afterwards. Stormstormer does have that vision now on the far right. They had it on the cliff, so that's why they went for that initial catch. And Pyke is honestly a bit lucky that he gets himself out of there.
Is under attack.
He did the same build that he's doing the same build that Parker did the other day, by the way. 0-4-4, no Rocket Barrage, and no Aghanims.
Okay. What do you think sort of leads towards going for this? I mean, what worked out the other day worked out quite nicely.
I don't know. The 0-4-4 build in particular is the interesting one for me, but all right, see if it ends up paying off for him. Blink now on Jibbe. So AVULUS, multiple different ways of jumping into that fight. Blink is done on Misho and onto MOUZ, so they also have these ways of jumping, but as you can see, it's all about who gets that first jump, who's able to kill one of these main cores at the start of it all. 8-13. Gold lead shifting into AVULUS' favor after that one. How are the BKBs looking for the side, at least of the Monkey King? Lumpy is close, 1,300 away or so, but Smiling Knight has his first.
Just making sure that they're moving as a unit. Beast Coast not leaving each other's side.
Stormstormer cut wave top. He showed himself for a second. AVULUS considering going for bottom, but Lumpy has a shield rune.
It's a difficult position to fight into with Beast Coast set up as they are.
Oh, they might steal Wisdom. Look at Jibbe's positioning right now.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah, you can just walk in and grab it. I think he was hoping to catch somebody. He might even still be hoping for it, but no one's going to show up. They're going to start Roche. This could be a bit unexpected. AVULUS might not expect this because they don't really kill it fast at all. Yeah, they're actually just going to stop. They don't kill it. They don't even kill it, period.
I mean, they probably could have, right? But they were just being really bad shape.
There's 0 minus armor. There's not really big damage items on the gyro.
It would be very risky.
Yeah.
And indeed, maybe it does indeed just not work.
It's probably just not worth it. Like, the time that you'll spend killing it, it's going to take over a minute. And AVULUS, 3 cores, farming really well. Seneko also pretty massive on this Naga Siren. Tormentor is going to be the choice. And they can just do it with the 2 of them. And who gets it? Oh man, I was going to say if Seneko gets it, that's such a blessing too for them. And yep, he will.
Team fights are going to be so... Ooh, Lumpy!
Lumpy!
Let's do!
Able to do it again.
He's done it a couple of times now here on the Beastmaster. Caused issues for Lumpy. They're going to try and kill him off. Dropping the cooldown in. He gets dragged back by the vacuum. Turns with the axes, but Jibbe will get punished. They get the Hex opening over towards Stormstorm. And Misha with the burst.
The song, it's not enough.
It's not enough to save him, but here we go. Gets into position. Here comes the Requiem. The timing's there perfectly. Misha and MOUZ get blown up. Whisper's going to try and surge away. Pyke will manage to turn and kill off Eki.
He can't run though.
But he cannot escape Seneko and Smiling Knight chasing him down. Pyke will fall. That's the sort of dream setup that you're looking for here around the Song of the Siren. Doesn't matter that your puck's gone. The Requiem's from Smiling Knight's all you need for the follow-up.
It's like split second from him maybe even saving the puck too. That would have been huge. What a play. Big money for Smiling Knight. He has 3 stacks of the presence, perhaps, if the next fight kicks off when it still is up. Could be big for them. They're actually pinging him, so they might potentially be going for the Roche themselves.
See this again.
They have 3 stacks of presence in Beastmaster. This Roche, it's AVULUS's.
And at the start, it looked pretty hopeful. For Beast Coast being able to punish Jibbe for the fact that he was able to take out Lumpy. But at this point, when they're grouped up this much, it's such an easy setup for Seneko. Back in action, though, Seneko is getting chased down. Will get dragged back into the Wukong's command by the vacuum. He's duking this out, though, and he's actually going to be fine. As Jibbe holds back Lumpy with the Roar. Smiling Knight ready bringing the damage. Lumpy's going to put the BKB. Huge heal off the back of the Boundless Strike. MOUZ will finish off Seneko. Can Lumpy get more with his BKB charge? He's trying to chase down Smiling Knight. Jibbe turns with another set of axes, but Pyke and Lumpy are in on top of him. They kill off Jibbe. They kill off Eki. The lasso's there. They drag back Smiling Knight. He'll have to put the BKB, but he's already so low that they can dive in under the tower, finish him off. Beast Coast strike back.
The Beast Coast aggression, I thought AVULUS would be able to back up get Roche because they had the presence stacks, they had the Beastmaster, but Beast Coast says no. They bring 5. Such quick moves that they were able to bring down there, and Lumpy lines up the 3-man Boundless with the Jingu.
Radiant structures are fortified.
See what the call now from Beast Coast is. We'll catch that replay once again. They felt that they had a chance here, AVULUS, with the way that they held back Lumpy.
Look at this
but you'll see here, Jingu's built up Boundless, huge heal, and at this point, the fight very much over for AVULUS. They try and escape, they don't get the chance. Stormstormer should be fine here between the Orb and the Blink.
Lumpy might chase.
Lumpy is indeed chasing.
There's a AVULUS.
He's got Orb and Phase Shift, and he has backup of Becky.
Now Lumpy may have gone too far.
The Shiphe's got the Roar back up, and indeed Lumpy has.
Back and forth we go. Overextension gets punished. Nagasong is up in 15 seconds. He actually didn't put a second point in it. That's a bit interesting from Seneko.
Has he still got a point to spend?
No.
Oh.
It scales massively.
Yeah, the cooldown in particular.
Cooldown, AoE, everything. Okay. Pyke still no BKB, so if he does get caught in the full combo, could just get exploded.
Does Seneko want to go for the setup? He sees him. Just toying around with the net. Stormstormer trying to poke out a reaction.
10 seconds for the Monkey King.
Grouped up pretty heavily, but indeed AVULUS are kind of scared of fighting into this area with the respawn coming into play from Lumpy. They won't push on. See what the move is now as Beast Coast back in action with the full team.
Initiations are everything.
Seneko,
they fight Seneko
fight
too.
Seneko to start. That'd be pretty huge. They'll miss the Boundless.
Doesn't matter.
But they'll still get him here under the silence.
Now can they back up for a Roche? Stormstormer.
Show top.
Misho's stalking him.
Can he get the opening lockdown? Can he play his way out of this Stormstormer? He cannot. They get him with the lasso.
Now they can position themselves for that Roche.
This should be enough.
50 seconds, no puck. That should be enough time.
Some very good moves around the map this game by Beast Coast.
Very crazy
It's close,
action.
but they're keeping themselves ahead, specifically on the carry, Pyke. Having that decent lead now against that of Smiling Knight's Shadow Fiend.
And now the greed is starting to pay off, right? Being able to go for the BKB later. All these stat items finished up.
I can swing across straight away to the bottom if they want to. We'll see which one they want to push around this Aegis.
Even though Stormstormer went for AVULUS, you're seeing the issues he has versus all these
They
counters.
still catch him.
The Lion in particular has found him now 2 or 3 times. Aegis advantage. They give it to Lumpy. It makes sense with how aggressive he's playing. Seneko will pick up a gem to deal with some of that vision. Deal with some of those potential initiation grabs. Beast Coast want to fight. Lotus now also on Whisper, so that's a big thing that they have on this side that the opposing side doesn't have is Greaves' Pipe. They have so much of this damage block that can really help the course. Beastmaster is going to be building toward a Crimson Guard, but he's built just for himself so far.
I mean, around the mid. Lumpy.
He's very alone.
I mean, I guess he just didn't want his Aegis anymore. I mean, there was no play to be had there.
We've seen so many of these Aegises.
See if he at least gets out the second time. He does. He's got the BKB.
Whispers in.
Let's see if they can do. Oh, that's a beautiful vacuum onto the 3 of them. Lasso as well. There you go. That's Seneko gone. Smiling Knight cannot get the Requiem off.
That was why he used the Aegis.
That was the plan all along. He was like, if I die this far away from my team, they are absolutely going to stick around and try and go for a second chance on me. And it was the big brain play from Lumpy. It works out.
I think we've seen a lot of Aegis just get wasted, but yep, this one, Whisper.
It worked out.
3-man vacuum boundless. Onto high ground. They've got 45-second window that they can force. BKB was used from Pyke. They can at least poke.
Beast Coast do quite the push here. Top. Zibe will be caught.
He might bring down Misho. No. Glimmer Cape will be able to save him.
This push continues down bottom from Beast Coast. Slowly but surely taking the tier 3 down. They're going to respect the fact that Respawns are coming up soon. Looks like they want to focus on getting the tier 2s instead. He's looking for
Where's
Misho.
The showdown of glimmers. Won't be able to find him.
Radiant's middle tower.
Beast Coast ramping it up, getting better and better control of this game. This gyro is starting to get out of control.
Yeah, Pyke is massive. It's going to be close to having the Daedalus.
These multiple forms of initiation are proving problematic for AVULUS too. They just have so many ways to get on top of these backline targets. Definitely seeing the fragility, especially of Eki. Haven't been feeling too much from this Skywrath in these last eight or so minutes. Just the hero in general. It's not versus some target that you really want to silence. The times that we used to see Sky picked, it was pretty much exclusively versus like Puck and Morphling, so. Maybe.
Yeah, he's able to easily dodge that.
I think the coil didn't even hit, right?
I believe it didn't, no. It just straight up avoids it.
Well, BKB on cooldown for 85 seconds, but no coil pretty much for the almost the same cooldown. Actually, it was an Arcane Rune, so maybe they'll have a small window to try for something.
Yeah, there will be a little bit of downtime on the BKB where that's up. With the
They
coil.
find these wards. Stormstormer, he will see it, but Misho's in the area to jump him. Stormstormer.
Oh.
Imagine if the courier was there and actually saw him. Goodness gracious. The courier was literally right next to him.
That was very close to going horribly wrong for Stormstormer.
Really pushing the limits to try to get rid of some of that vision. Puts a ward down, gets insta-countered. Whisper, a blink dagger now done. He already got the wombo combo the first time without it. Could definitely see him get some humongous combos if they've claimed the top 3 net worth.
This game so far goes so much better for Beast Coast. They take away, you know, that AVULUS Medusa in the draft. They force them to have to do something different, and definitely not going as easy for AVULUS this time round.
This just fits much and feels much better like a Beast Coast draft. When they're playing with the gyro, they can get involved early, just super aggressive. It's never like they're sitting back and being like, let's wait for a timing. No, they're always just looking for a play.
Go, go, go. It has been the whole game. Even when they've kind of slipped up and lost some trades, it doesn't sort of turn them away from going straight back for the next move.
Speaking of the next move, there's an amp damage top. Lumpy racing toward it. Seneko will just get rid of it. He was about to boundless onto it too. Beast Coast feeling confident with how strong they are right now. Sweeping, looking for a catch. Full Daedalus on that gyro. Level 20's been hit. AVULUS looking to slow things down, get these next item timings. Crimson is finished for the Beastmaster. SF close to Daedalus and has 20 talent. So he still hits hard, just the question is, can he withstand versus these multiple heroes just getting on top of him, and this gyro disparity. A 5k gold lead just for Pyke alone. Pretty much a full item ahead. They push the top lane out, and they're swinging to look for somebody. They have this ward that was not taken out, Owen. That ward in the Radiant jungle. It did scout out a couple of these AVULUS heroes.
Seneco's got the blink dagger, so can look for the clutch setups with the song. Or at least the saves.
Do they find the ward now? They will. They didn't finish it off, though. Stormstormer didn't kill it. Now he will.
Lumpy leading over. As Beast Coast continue to maintain control of this bottom side of the map, keeping the wave pushed in.
Stormstormer needs some long fights for them to have success on the side of AVULUS. He needs to get multiple different spell combos off when he's got this Octarine. If he gets popped at the start of these fights, it's going to be disasters for AVULUS. And Beast Coast has easy ways to catch it.
Jimmy finds the roar!
First. Oh, that's a big kill, 70 seconds.
I mean, they want to try and fight this. Whisper's jumped in. They're going to try and take this fight without Lumpy.
This is a bold attempt here from Beast Coast.
Yeah, AVULUS are not afraid of fighting 5 versus 4, especially the one that's missing. Is that Monkey King.
How many times has Jibby done this? It's what, like 3 times this game he's gotten this catch.
Seneko on the front lines. Blink out in time.
as the Blink Dagger. Shield Rune picked up for Stormstormer.
And they're still being careful, AVULUS, despite the fact they have the number advantage.
They might smoke and still look for a fight. They have 40 seconds on the side.
It's got to be tempting once there's no Monkey King.
And Roar's going to be back up before he even reaches.
Yeah, this is your go time. If Jibei can get in and get the setup, they're going to be in a very good spot to take a pretty solid fight for what will be the first time in quite a while this game of how much Beast Coast is getting ahead. They've got to find something with this AVULUS. It's a bit of an opportunity for them to take. It's
4 seconds. Roar's up. They saw them deward the obs ward they had in the jungle. They've got to blink on Sky for follow-up, too, for the damage burst. Stormstormer's in.
Look at the coils to start things.
It's just a
onto
support.
the one of them, forced to the side. Jibei is going to get caught by the Hex, not able to lay down the spells onto our Mishos. Beast Coast get back under the safety of the tier 2, and Lumpy is going to be back up in a few seconds.
Time to reset positioning. Pike spots Smiling Knight. Stormstormer.
They have to be careful now, AVULUS. 5 versus 5. It's not easy for them with the lead that Beast Coast have.
Here comes Lumpy. He dodges the tree cut, but he is roared.
He's going to get the BKB off first. See them jump now over towards Jibei. And get Jibei out of this one. He's kind of caught in the corner. He's going to get dragged back as well from Eki. The song is there. Can they get a position to do anything with this song, though? Will allow Jibei to TP out. The Requiem in from the side just to push them back to allow the rest of AVULUS to run.
Smiling Knight.
He's in with the boundless strike on a Smiling Knight, who now also has to put the BKB. He's going to try and stand his ground against Lumpy, but Smiling Knight is outnumbered. The lasso's up. Smiling Knight will fall. They
Maybe
try
miscommunication from AVULUS?
They try and sort of rectify the fight, allow them to escape and get out of there, but they can't get everyone out safely.
Because it did seem like it was different concepts, right? It looks like Seneko was telling them to bail out, but then maybe someone was calling, we can go for some type of fight. Smiling Knight gets caught.
Another
Lumpy
situation.
gets roared, but BKB did come off, as you mentioned.
Yeah, they couldn't follow up after. We see at the start here. At this point, you have to just kind of run. It didn't look like there was going to be much fight for them to take with Jibei getting lost in the front. You know, sure, Seneko gets this song off, but it's just too awkward of a position, it feels like, for Smiling Knight to really do anything huge here. Yeah, he pushes them back with the Requiem, but you're not getting any kills. You've just got to get out.
He was pinging the bat, too, like saying, oh, I might be able to just Requiem kill and reset away, but high risk, low reward. They get punished for it. Bottom, Jibei, they'll fight Lumpy again. Like the 6th time or something it's happened.
See if they can find out Misho on top of it. Stormstormer, does he want to drop a coil for this? He does.
I'm actually liking the way he's playing with the blink too to get those catches on Lumpy. The follow-up Misho.
And just get the Hex off. Surged up by Whisper. Got TPs coming in as well. See if they can punish Stormstormer, but the orb's back up. Stormstormer gets away. They drop the wall, won't be able to do anything with that.
It's a bit awkward. Okay, Eki's making some nice moves though. You know, having some criticism for this guy. The burst with the Beast is definitely having some cool potential. How much they can do. AC now for the gyro.
A little bit of a damage step up for AVULUS. They do find the 2 Mind Breakers for both Stormstormer and Smiling Knight.
That is nice. And Stormstormer is 20, and he's close to Parasma as well.
They're going for the Roshan.
This gold lead, it just feels like initiations are so much. And now without wall for 50 seconds, because Whisper used it earlier.
They're going to head over. They've hit the scan. They're going to have Lumpy back in 10 seconds. So they will have the full team ready to go around the pit.
It's going to die quick. Do they make it in time?
I don't think so. AVULUS should have this one. Smiling Knight just drops the Requiem just to be safe and sound. And they'll get the Aegis. And do they want to fight in this area, AVULUS, or do they just want to get out? They're sticking around. Jump forward in from Whisper. They call for the Roar, the Mystic Flare. Whisper gets burst through. In for the side. They'll try and fight onwards, but the BKB's around. They get the grab onto Stormstormer.
Seneko pulled him out of the Wukongs.
They have
with the reel-in.
What's the plan here? Is he just song and get out of this? Smiling Knight's trying to, but the vacuum's there to stop him from getting through the Twinket. They're stuck at the side. Lumpy jumps in. As he's in on top of the 2 of them, Smiling Knight tries to stand his ground, but the Aegis is gone as they kill him off the 1. Jibei gets taken out.
They couldn't get out.
I mean, round 2, I don't think it's going to go any better for Smiling Knight. As he's trying to fight back, but outnumbered, he'll fall. They may have got the Roche, they may have got the Aegis, but they do not get the fight, AVULUS.
Buyback from Whisper seals the deal of that fight. He even reeled him out of those Wukongs, but it seems they just couldn't find a way to disengage out of it. They're spam pinging, so there's some communication that's going on.
Time to push here for Beast Coast.
That I thought they were going to song and TP out.
I mean, they could have had the option, right? They got the Roche, they got the Aegis. They could have bailed out of there, but they decided to sort of make this play happen where they hide in the trees and see if there's a chance to get some kills.
The initial kill is cool, very cool, the way they set up for the roll, but then afterwards, sticking around a bit too long. Beast Coast now to the high ground.
We'll see what they do with the buyback situation. They have got buybacks, but it feels kind of rough spending them here. Oh, jump in.
Eki.
It's gone pretty deep here. I mean, she's got vacuum on, and the two of them. Jimmy's going to come in with a buyback roar straight on to Elmisho. They will look to punish the Lion, but he's still alive. The lasso comes out. They drag Jimmy in. He bought back for this. It's a dieback. Oh, that's rough there. Elmisho, sure, he dies, but he did his job big time. Jumps in, baits out the buyback from Jibe. They get the racks anyway, Beast Coast, and they get to kill off Jibe immediately off the back of his buyback.
Maybe felt like he had to go for something like this, but giving his, it's 80 seconds now where he's dead.
And it was just the Lion diving in.
It was.
And it wasn't like Elmisho was going to get the kill that he was setting up for. So, yeah, Jibe getting baited a bit there by Elmisho's aggressive play.
The true bait. Lumpy now with a full nullifier after these last fight in particular. A big swing into advantage in gold for them. Full items being delivered. I think Pyke has a full Satanic too.
Yeah,
There's no buyback from Whisper, but if he's just rallied around the team, he shouldn't die. The only times that they've really died to the Roar is when they get separated and isolated.
Smiling Knight. He's got to be careful how much he steps up here in the mid. They will jump him. Especially without the safety of sort of a Roar to come out from Jibe to hold back any of the cores if they make the jump. Still out for 30 seconds, Jibe.
Yeah, Smiling Knight feels so squishy. If they jump him, he could just get popped. Stormstormer.
He's in again, Nick the vacuum follow-up. Immediately with the balance strike, the song comes out. It's going to give a bit of safety for Stormstormer. Is it enough to allow him to escape back to base? It is. Seneko with the huge save. The Dream Core down onto the three of them. The BKB's popped by Pyke. He starts hitting onto the tier 4s, but he'll back away from that. Misha did die for this one. They called Lumpy to the side, mate. Seneko forcing Lumpy down to put the BKB. They'll turn very quickly to kill off the Naga Sirens. Lumpy.
He's dropping low.
Look at the yours, but the Lotus was out in time. Can they finish off the job? Pyke walking into the Mystic Flare. Another jump forward from Stormstormer and Zipray. Moves in with the BKB. Pyke out to the side. Eki gets the slow over the walls. Moves on the bat. They'll find the bat, but Pyke, he's into the trees. He goes for the TP out. They won't find him. Pyke escapes.
Yule's on cooldown for 1 second there. Stormstormer almost gets him.
But they hold. They're able to push back Beast Coast, and it really is off the back of that huge save from Seneko and the Song of the Siren.
We guys down. I think it was what 1%.
He got
like that,
so low on the
HP.
puck. Yeah, he looked dead for sure, Stormstormer, until Seneko started to sing his song.
The extra bit of heals, the Solar Crest thrown out. AVULUS, they hold. Almost getting Pyke too.
Yeah.
Very close to bringing down that gyro. He got split from his team.
Next time round, he will have this completed Satanic, so a lot less likely that they're able to force him into that low HP position.
And now they have a Linken's on Whisper too, so those roars, it's going to be a bit harder for Jibe to pick and choose his target unless somebody else can somehow break it. Maybe Eki, if he can get positioned to break a Linken's. No longer can Jibe just blink roar one of these two. Amp damage spawns bottom.
And they've got to be prepared for Elmisho. This guy making these plays, it's tripping them up every time. It's always setting up for Whisper to find the follow-up to at least get a minimum 2 heroes in the back wall combo because of Elmisho's jump.
It's always worth it as these Lions.
He just throws himself in.
Cause a hex, whatever. Cause Canic. Because if you get the initial jump onto that puck in most situations, you will kill it. But Seneko does have level 3 Song available now. So as long as he's in position, he can stop that.
Well, here we have it. Smoke from both sides. Jibe and Eki.
Did they see? They seem to have known. They were pinging bottom. They seem to have had an idea of where AVULUS was.
Going to be able to cut this next creep wave here, Jibe.
Getting the push going with this amp damage. It's only got 25% duration left, but he hits hard.
He certainly does. These backs in trouble. They get the jump, they get the lasso. MOUZ is just trying to make the jump in the song again. This time won't save him because the BKB's up for Lump. He jumps in with a balance strike. Immediate buyback comes out from Stormstormer.
Seneko gets evaporated from the DD as well.
And the barracks, they're falling.
Icebreaker.
Stormstormer jumps in, but this is going to be carefully brought back for this play. Mailerac's taken. They get the silence in on towards the Roar as well. They're trying to burst through the gyro cannon. He's getting low. They can't quite finish him off. Pike's able to stand his ground, heal up with the Satanic. Stormstormer's out for good. As beastcoast push on, triple kill for Pike. It's over. We're going to a game 3 as GG is called. beastcoast take game 2.
In their own style. Super aggressive plays. They never let up on this game, just running at them. There were some turnarounds, some cool song plays that came out from Seneko.
Cheers, thanks very much, Richard. Yeah, we'll see indeed if the Ursa Bear is able to do it. As the panel mentioned, Lacoste mentioned, master tier player here, Smiling Knight on his Ursa. Over on the side of beastcoast, what do you make of it? I mean, they go with that last pick, Morphling.
It's strong.
This one
It's a good one.
that you like to see coming in, and overall, how well has it been dealt with? And are we going to see this Visage get first blood with the Soul Assumption as we seem to do every game?
It happens every single game. That's also why I went for the Ursa Bear,
Yeah.
just because they have Visage and this hero just does seem to win games. But yeah, Pike is set up for success, all jokes aside. He definitely has a really good game, and I think this is one of the better answers, in particular, if you don't get just crushed inside this early game, just giving Visage too many kills. You go Raindrop, you play around Shift, you reset HP, and play around that.
Here we go.
Let's see if they
Looking
get
for that
these first
Soul
blood.
Assumption action.
I just swear every game I've seen Visage, there's been 2 plus, like 1 or 2 or 3 kills somehow. So other small thing to point out is if we don't see that first blood is the Alchemist. Sometimes we do see this 4 position picked and flexed, and it is to give the mid a bottle. He doesn't have a mid bottle hero, but Lumpy.
Uh-oh. Frostbite. And the concoction. Ooh, the dodge with the dissimulate.
But he's in the cogs.
Uh-oh. Kind of
MOUZ.
awkward. He's dead anyway.
I think, yeah, he's probably dead.
Yeah,
And that's the
I
first
don't think, as funny as it looked, I don't think the cogs creeped him that much. Still, it happens every time, folks.
Every time.
Every time, these Visages, they can't just help themselves but get that early bit of gold. It's like, it keeps happening.
At the top of the net worth with the Alchemist. Bonus gold, they only get the 1 rune. But either way, Jebe is going to be able to bring out a full null. So we'll be able to get that spam going, and that could be what makes it problematic for something like Morphling. We'll see how that lane goes. Every time, Owen. Every single
so
time.
many times. Well, let's see if he's able to find that sort of snowball potential that we've seen some of these other Visages do when they get these early kills.
Oh, and he can farm the cogs on the Alchemist for the extra gold, too. The bonus gold lane. Oh, it's just funny. And bottom, the one repercussion that can happen out of getting first blood, Seneko did get all of his mana lost, so maybe this bottom lane will be a little bit more difficult for Smiling Knight. Just a small little silver lining after giving first blood to a Visage.
0 CS so far from Pike. There we go. Let's see him get his first CS.
He got denied.
There we go. Got the deny.
Did not get the last hit, though.
Oh no, give him a last hit. Here we go. This one under the tower. Maybe not, it's a bit far away.
MOUZ has plenty of regen.
Oh, come on. Let him get last hit. Come on. Here we go.
They're contesting every single one.
There we go. He's on the board.
That's the one.
Not an easy start for Pike.
Not when you give first blood to Visage. Mid lane also, Stormstormer should be pretty good in this matchup. Lumpy maybe does a bit better than the Earth Spirit in particular because he's a universal hero. He can always trade and guard with the Resonant Pulse, but there's going to be the Dispel, so it'll probably get harder and harder for him as the levels build up from that Invoker as it tends to. But yeah, top. It's just going to be the lane to watch for me in terms of massive aggression.
He
Bottom,
steps up. He's going to go for the TP out, and it keeps him safe. He'll stick to the lane, of course, TPing to the tower.
Doesn't have a salve, though. He has tangos, but it's going to take him some time to reset HP. So I think 3 lanes look pretty good for AVULUS, especially after getting a first blood for the Visage. Mid can maybe be a bit of a trade-off in a way, but I would imagine Stormstormer is going to be just fine. Always able to sustain as an Invoker nowadays. And the reason I was saying, you know, I was half joking a little bit about the bear thing, but the reason I was saying that I like the bear more is because of the matchups that he's got. You know, Fear was saying it about him versus that Morphling, but also the counter, like the Bat Rider and the Magnus in particular for him. There's ways to play around that as an Ursa. Top K.
They're going to get it. Pike finds the chance to go aggressive with MOUZ.
Could they get you? Also, they should be able to.
MOUZ?
MOUZ?
MOUZ will die for that. But Pike will get the clean. It's all part of MOUZ's plan. He just wants... Oh,
the tree.
Jukes here with the tree. Won't work out. Yeah, MOUZ just wanted to make sure the Pike gets solo XP.
And it's 3 minutes, so buy a raindrop, bring it out for that Morphling. Things are going to get much better for him as it goes out. Good sacrifice there for MOUZ. Oh, he didn't actually have the gold for the raindrop to bring it right there. Either way, gets boots, and that lane will start getting much better for Pyke.
Yeah, mid pretty much dead even here, very close.
Couple extra denies do make that difference, of course, in terms of levels for that Invoker. MOUZ. Oh, actually, he was trying to bonk him away, but gets vacuumed in. I'll be watching mid, because now that I saw a tip, I want to know why. It was probably just some like little CS thing that ended up happening, but... Level 2, Cogs. So I think in this lane, the Cogs are going to be nice just to burn the mana. Right? Just, yeah, the damage is decent, but just to get rid of some of the spam. I mean, maybe it's not going to be enough because they have CM Aura and double null, but I see a hybrid between the two builds. Maybe this one just indicates that he wants to play it a little bit more defensively. Pyke will be able to dodge the concoction too. Some other small things you can do as this Morphling when you're playing versus these two projectiles. Shippe has not found himself a CS in the last minute and a half or so. Bottom. Misho. No TP this time.
Seneca's got another frostbite in a second.
Can't quite close the gap. Will he be able to deward the camp in time? No, he will not. So still blocked small camp, still blocked hard camp down bottom. Whisper's getting good farm. He's got the stat items built up, 2 points in Empowered to contest the CS versus the low damage Ursa. So are seeing him pull ahead in that lane as well. Lumpy.
He's going to have to TP back to base.
And Eki will steal away Mud Golems, which is pretty nice for a 4-position Alchemist to farm some jungle. See that too often. Top. Shippe. Big damage. And raindrops will absorb pretty much everything. And Pyke, look at his CS. Completely recovered. As you said, he didn't get a 1 CS for the first like 3-4 waves. Now he's almost at the top of the board in terms of last hits. And he is at the top of the board in terms of net worth.
Smiling Knight still having to be careful about how he steps up here in case Whisper gets the chance to turn on him. Can't commit to kill off him at Misho.
Shippe again stepping up. Pyke is almost killing him. He might just have him. Woo. That was very close. Pyke just might be able to be left alone a little and clock and rotate. He is doing so well now after getting those 2 kills. Morphling having a clear separation between the Ursa, having a much better time in this laning phase. Eki. He just gets a solo kill.
Underneath the tower.
Oh, Pyke, he is killing it.
And this is, Shippe, he got the first blood, gets that early bit of action, but now we normally see Visages not fall this quickly to sort of the bottom of the core net worth this early on.
He had, what, 13 CS at the 3-minute mark? He has 18 CS now at the almost 7-minute mark. He's gotten literally nothing.
The bottom lane.
And bottom.
They get the skewer back from Whisper. See if that's enough to punish Smiling Knight. Jump forward for Lumpy. They'll settle for Seneko. So Smiling Knight will survive.
They can't even finish off MOUZ. He's got Raindrop. They'll be able to protect their Wisdom Rune, but this is Beast Coast very, very happy with being able to set up this start here for Pyke. Stormstormer will take advantage of that rotation that did come out from Lumpy. He is having a very good time in the mid lane now, seeing the difference between him and that Void Spirit. But the bigger disparity is definitely between the Morph and the Ursa. That is pretty tremendous how Pyke has been able to farm and get a solo kill. Level 6 already on him. Level 5 on the Ursa. And looks like MOUZ wants to continue applying pressure. Morphling can be left alone now at this point, so he can start putting more focus onto Smiling Knight and shutting him down. This is problematic for AVULUS.
Aki will turn up to the bottom lane. Same to be said for Seneko once more. Not going to be able to get a catch on anyone on Beast Coast.
Nice retreat.
They're able to back off easily and avoid these TP.
It looks like they should be able to secure the rune. Lumpy's going to get his mana burned, but he's got an illusion rune to fill up. Unless Eki can get there in time, he cannot. More free farm, Owen. Definitely a good sign for Pyke. And a Visage being shut down this much, Zippe
Might die again.
very dead. Oh, that is very bad. Very bad for the side of AVULUS.
Yeah, this is a rough start for Zippe.
Hero that can struggle a lot if you do fall behind like this. Finding a place to go in the map. Maybe at this point now you do the 33. You're going to be left alone. You just start roaming on the Visage, because that's usually what 33 does tend to do. If his lane starts getting difficult, he does just move around, but...
Oh yeah, it definitely feels like there's not much left for Zippe to do if he goes back top.
I don't think he can go top again. You're just going to end up giving free kills to this morph.
Storm's making the rotation, but they don't find anyone to set up upon.
Misho?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Let's see with the TPs. Maybe, okay, finding the wraparound for the bat. They'll get out Misho.
Nice Sunstrike for vision.
Are fortified.
What was he doing there?
Top tower is under attack.
Very deep. Top tower takes a heavy beating. Visage in the mid lane, trying to set up for a kill, but Lumpy should be able to play himself out of this easily. Hot start for Beast Coast in terms of the side lanes. Mid lane still struggling, but a game where you have a Morphling getting this last pick and getting this type of farm, you have to feel like they're pretty happy.
There's just so much space for him. This tower's gone.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Pyke just getting complete free farm. I mean, they're going to have to make some sort of move to pressure the morph.
But what moves can you make? Your heroes don't really threaten a Morphling early on. There's no forms of silence. There's not really big burst, like some Sonic Wave or anything like that, a Laguna. Not easy setups once he's been given this type of start. He's just every single time going aggro on Zippe when he shows up. Zippe does have birds now, so he's able to hit back a little versus the Morphling. Does have to constantly be quite careful.
Yeah, anytime a sort of +1 arrives to help out Pyke, Zippe will be going down. It's going to be, once again, yeah, just a catch-up game. Really, it's going to be required for AVULUS this time round in terms of just getting the Battle Fury timing for Smiling Knight and seeing if he's able to keep up or try and catch up to the farm that Pyke's going to be getting onto this morph.
It's going to have to be through early fights somehow. But yeah, when you're going for the Battle Fury, definitely can put you into some limited... Well, I mean, you have to go Battle Fury, but can put you into some limited situations so you can get ganked yourself. Zippe, the tower. They'll finish it off.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
This morph is absolutely set up for success, though. This is the dream type of stuff. Oh, he doesn't finish off the Centaur. Whoopsie. But yeah, set up for success. His itemization is going to be coming out very quick. And they're getting to be able to sit back and finish up the greed of these stacks. Whisper almost has Blink.
Radiant's middle tower
So for AVULUS, you can see Stormstormer, he wants to look to accelerate, finding some type of kill.
Difficult for them to pressure this bottom tower, even with Stormstormer here.
And Whisper's now got the Blink. So they've got ease of access into team fights in terms of Clockwork has a hook shot to start a fight, Void Spirit has a way to start a fight. There is very limited ways for AVULUS to start fights.
Lumpy, looking for the jump on Zippe, they've got the hook shot. Zippe would get the familiars drop down, is surviving through this, and in fact will survive throughout it all. Yeah, they couldn't quite finish Zippe. Lumpy has to bail out.
Nice play from Lumpy running left. If he ran right, Eki probably gets the stun and they could potentially chase out. Zippe does survive. An important life for him. Initiation, yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting what approach AVULUS wants to take in terms of initiation in this game, because they don't have an initiating hero. It's gonna have to be like reactions that come out or counter initiations that come out from Tornado. It could get pretty passive from them pretty quickly, with the Ursa just sitting back and wanting to farm. While for Beast Coast, they've got the Blink on Whisper.
They're going to drop the RP. Try and body block off his escape Smiling Knight. And backup's on its way, but will not get here in time for the side of AVULUS, as there's no saving him. Smiling Knight falls.
Love the way they're playing so far here on the side of Beast Coast. Whisper
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Such an early timing on his Blink Dagger to pose this threat onto the Ursa constantly.
Yeah, and just the fact we're just 13 minutes in and Pyke is 2,000 gold ahead of Smiling Knight.
Yep. Get the catch onto Whisper. Do they have enough? They should.
They'll drop the ult, but the backup comes in and they might be able to find a trade here. Beast Coast, they jump forward onto Stormer. They're going to be able to take out the Invoker.
And Jibbe turns up and he could maybe get chased down here, Pyke.
See if Pyke's got anything.
Got a waveform.
Lumpy's coming in from the side as well. Remnant dropped down. Jibbe's escape is cut off.
They've taken over this game, Owen.
I mean, Smiling Knight's turned up.
Careful. He doesn't have enrage.
Lumpy's going to get the jump on Seneko. I mean, he TP's in. I mean, there's no more fight to be had here for AVULUS. They've just got to hide under their tier 2.
This morph is completely out of control. They'll even probably finish up a bird. These are going to be crazy item timings.
Dude, he is so farmed. This is going to be one of the more farm morph things you will see at 14 minutes into a game.
And he's getting empowered too. Sure, he's not getting cleave, but it's super high base damage, so this empower makes him hit that much harder. Yeah, this is a phenomenal start for Beast Coast, and the Ursa is getting slowed down by significant margins. Same thing for the Visage. Maybe I cursed the bear.
He's definitely having a tough one so far. Still chance for recovery if he can get that Battle Fury online. If the rest of the team can keep the game alive.
It's just scary how they can make moves without him, though. Like it's going to take some time for them to farm, and time isn't really something too fortunate for them when they're playing into this draft, when they're playing into a morph with this type of farm. So I'm just wondering how they make moves without him. They kind of have to play as a 4-man unit probably to start getting some soul sumption kills so they can get this net worth a bit better for him. But it's also just when are you going to find the opportunity to kill Pyke? He's got Manta. So even if you wanted to build toward a route of some silence or catch, he's got a way to play around it too. He's so farmed. I kept checking Stormer if he did do like the adaptation to the build, but it's just a Witchblade. Just kind of standard. Misho, this is a good kill. I mean, any kill is going to give them a good burst of gold for Jibbe. And Battle Fury is done. But 3,000 gold difference between that Ursa and Morph. Whisper. Quick blink away. Does take the smart path to exit. And maybe that's just how you have to play it on AVULUS. Yeah, just keep running around as this 3-4 unit, get those soul sumption kills so you can get that net worth going back into your favor a little bit here. But yeah, Pyke he's the one that's going to be the big problem, and you're not going to be able to find him until you get one of these disable items or until he makes a mistake. And yet to see him make that mistake, he's 6-0-1. They have good deep aggressive wards. Can they find Misho again before he finishes up the blink?
Storm's looking.
He's gonna have the blink gold, so he can't purchase it. So even if they kill him, he's gonna have it already. And now they'll have 2 different ways of Blink starting the fights with those Blink daggers, and then 2 different ways with their heroes just to start fights, either with an Astral Step or Hook Shot. Or even Waveform. Actually have 5 different ways of kind of jumping in.
Beast Coast wants a fight.
AVULUS in position, though, to respond. They're grouped, they're strong.
Oh, Smokes is about to see Pyke, but Pyke gets the jump straight away along with Lumpy over to Seneko.
RP's a little awkward.
The turn, and missed the hook shot as well, so a few spells getting whiffed here.
They whiffed 3 spells.
I mean, they're going to be able to turn and take down 2 supports here. MOUZ and Misho full. Lumpy has the TP away. What happened there, Fong?
They missed. It was an anti-synergy on anti-synergy. They catch the Invoker in the back, but blunders. That's how you recover on AVULUS. All in position at the right place. If they do have the squad, yeah, if they have the entire lineup there, it is strong. When they've got that Visage Soul Assumption damage stacking in. And now there's a Solar Crest, so Smiling Knight, timings are getting better. And that was quite a bit of ultis used, Owen. That was the RP, the hook shot, the lasso. So for AVULUS, they're not really cooldown reliant. They can look to fight. Now that those are down.
Around the mid. They're going to get the jump in. Onto Stormstormer, immediately caught this time. No missing this time round.
Was that just a hook shot to catch him with Lumpy? Has to be careful when he split away from his team.
Middle tower is under attack.
AVULUS
Different forms of catching.
focused on trying to get the objective top. Beast Coast could start making their way over and look for a fight, and I think AVULUS know this.
Lumpy's got Arcane, and he does have a Manta, so he also has a way to play around this Frostbite. 5-1 and 2 so far on this Void Spirit. Both him and the Morph having a very good game. The Elusive Heroes. The Elusive Heroes versus no silences and limited control.
I should be able to get this push going top, or at least set up for a Rosha. As
They can probably.
I mean, AVULUS has already left this area, so nowhere near being able to do anything about Beast Coast taking this.
And they'll kill it very fast with the farm that Pyke has at this point. Throwing Empower onto him. He's hitting for over 300 damage on this Morph. And a small crit. So the crit's 600. Nothing to scoff at.
Oh, yeah, they can get very aggressive around this Aegis. All ults ready to go here, Beast Coast. Straight away smoking up and TPing over, seeing if they can catch any of AVULUS whilst they're over on their half of the map.
If they can catch this Ursa, it would be pretty massive for them. He's been able to sit back farming.
Oh, they're scouting him out. Whispers in with the jump. Gets the skewer back into the two-man RP. And to get the enrage off Smiling Knight, so he's going to have a little bit of a chance to run.
He's
but
alone.
unlikely to escape this as the lasso's up. They punish the two of them.
They're playing this really nice. Beautiful rocket coming out from MOUZ. Canceled the Blink Dagger, I believe, of that Ursa as soon as they're able to get the jump. Also gives vision, of course, but Whisper with a beautiful skewer double RP.
Radiant are scanning.
They have 4 minutes with this Aegis to take over the map. So for AVULUS, probably just going to look to split up, but splitting up tends to get you caught when they
these
have
moves,
this much catch.
Beast Coast starting to hit that momentum that they did last game, running across the map, finding kill after kill after kill. Nowhere for AVULUS to run.
Lumpy 7-1. And he was so aggressive last game on his Monkey Cane. Feels like he's even turned it up a notch on this Void Spirit. And Pyke is just under no threat. Pyke's just able to farm wherever he wants. He just continues to get empowered and boosted up. And he's got these super active playmakers with these Blink Daggers to make these plays. AVULUS can team fight, but as for splitting up and looking for these like small skirmishes, it just is not possible.
And they can set up for the Wisdom Rune steal.
Sure can. Good timing to get the Tormentor though there from AVULUS. Not gonna have it stolen away. They're gonna smoke up and look for that fight. They don't want to keep getting caught. There's
risky.
spells on cooldown.
Doing it into
no
the
RP.
Aegis.
Lasso is back up.
Well, Tao's already gone.
Pyke just continues to do whatever he pleases in this game.
Well, I can definitely stand a solid chance of killing the rest, but yeah, killing the Morph is very difficult for AVULUS unless Pyke makes a big mistake.
Yeah. The only way they kill the Morph, I feel like, is when they get Basher. When they get Basher on Smiling Knight, then they start to have potential to catch him again, but it is a ways away. Lumpy.
Oh no, Misho.
I think they saw it. Eki Misho.
Whisper's going to try for the jump in, but won't get the drag back with the skewer onto Suneko. Al Misho, Sunstrike coming in, won't clip onto him. He'll get away. They'll use the Yours to control Smiling Knight as he tries to jump in and finish off Whisper. Whisper will live. They get the Frostbite over towards Pyke. He's trying to waveform away. He'll manage to succeed in doing so.
And he's back toward his team. They are very low, though. Lumpy will find a solo grab onto Eki in the back. I think he had the clock with him, but they're disengaging with the rest of the heroes. AVULUS couldn't punish.
Right, they've got time to reset and push again around the Aegis. There's a regen rune down bottom.
Another thing as this game does progress later on, you know, Lumpy having this really good of a game, he's what, three components toward that Aghanims. He's also going to be getting empowered. You can never scoff at a Void Spirit with this type of farm when he's doing that extra damage. So they scale quite hard. They have great repositioning as well. AVULUS doesn't have repositioning. They don't have good initiation. They just have good group fighting in particular. Once Ursa starts to get more items, then it gets a bit better for them. But yeah, he's just still 3,000 gold behind that Morphling, and they are blocking his camps. They've been putting this, I think this Sentry has lasted almost full duration to block out his Ancients. They're preventing quite quite a bit of gold. Beast Coast very on top of things in these last 2 games. And looking to keep pressing forward. Tier 2 top was taken, Tier 2 mid was taken, Tier 2 bottom. They still have Aegis for 60 seconds.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Pretty good
attack.
usage of that Aegis. And potentially looking for a fight. They've got the blinks. They've got their ults, and they'll get a catch.
They get the opening. They've got the setup on a Stormstormer here, MOUZ. Backups on the way. Jump forward for Lumpy, gets the Remnant connection. Stormstormer tries to push them back with the Deafening Blast. They're dropping down the ice wall. They've got the lasso to lock him down. Lumpy now godlike on the Void Spirit.
Just much easier for them to make these plays around the map. So much catch. Full BKB now for the Morph. You have yet to kill him, and now he's got double defensive items. It's a tough one. It's looking tough for AVULUS. Map control is just completely gone.
We'll see how much Beast Coast want to try and push for the high ground. They will lose that Aegis.
Oh, and Smiling Knight, he's queuing up BKB, and it feels like he does need it because he is playing into this Yules now too. So he can't actually play around just going for a Bastion play because he'll just get controlled. Hard way to see the recovery. They're trapped in their base a bit now too, as Beast Coast just swinging it from top to bottom to top, limiting the movements, limiting the map. And that's that Ags finished. So even further forms of catch, and that's also why he probably needs the BKB on that Ursa even more so. They're gonna smoke. They have to get outside somehow. They have this ward too. They saw Whisper for a hot second.
Whisper's gonna get jumped. They get him with the setup. He's going to be able to avoid the EMP here for now. Backup comes in. He'll drop the RP down just onto Smiling Knight. Lumpy's in on the back lines of Pike. He puts the BKB. He's bringing in the damage. Able to take down Jibber. They jump over the Astro Step to Smiling Light. AVULUS, they've got to run, but the Remnants onto Seneko. They're into the high ground. Lasso there. Beautifully done by Amisha to drag back Stormstormer.
Pike
they get the triple for Pike. Lumpy, he's diving beyond the tier 3s of the barracks.
Love the play from Lumpy. They jumps the backline as they go for the play onto Whisper and silences everybody. They couldn't get spellcasts off. 8,000 damage done from the side of Beast Coast, mostly from the Morph, but look at how little they were able to do on the side of AVULUS. No one could cast spells. They're all just silenced.
They just have to run. Well, they tried to. 3 of them didn't make it away. And now the creeps pushing in. Beast Coast, they're into the high ground and ready to do damage to the base. They're just 25 minutes in.
This Morph pick was just, it was too good. And AP played it too well. The Raxes are gone in 26 minutes with the Morph lineup.
Well, let's back off a little bit. So the melee Rax still alive for now. See Beast Coast maybe get some items delivered out and then may just look to strike again.
They can back up. They can wait for ultis to come back up too. The world does feel like it is their oyster. They have dominated this early mid-game completely. And it's difficult for AVULUS to get outside now. That was them making the move first because they had vision and they got absolutely nothing out of it.
Whisper.
It's got the blink skewer.
Seneko and Eki are stepping out.
I cannot believe Seneko is able to step up that far. They're gonna go for the bigger target.
Lasso's up. That's another kill set up by Almisho.
Whisper might even look for a secondary one. Still has the blink skewer. RP's back in 15 seconds too. They can't get outside the base, Owen. AVULUS is trapped.
There we go.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's
And these Morph items just keep flying in. He almost has Butterfly too.
Rax gone. Up to the top. They're going to have to try and do something 4 versus 5 if they want to try and stop this push.
But who starts fights? That's been the problem. There's no way to start fights. And even if you try to, you will probably just get counter-initiated and killed as another Rax falls. It's only 27 minutes in.
They're looking smooth in this game 2 and game 3, Beast Coast. Butterfly pretty much done for Pike.
Insane.
Yeah, this ball play's been nothing less than perfect. And just kind of the top lane just went downhill pretty fast for AVULUS, right? Even in a situation where Jibbe, he got that
kill.
Visage first blood. But the lane onwards, it's been a rough one for him, falling completely out of the game. AVULUS, they'll go for the smoke.
It's the YOLO smoke. Gotta try. Roche is gonna be coming up soon.
Might be one of their last ones. If it doesn't go well, they've got to find something successful.
Which core can you kill? Is the question. Whisper is one of the ones you can. I think killing the other two feels very unlikely. Lumpy, he's just gonna go in.
Yeah, he's going to see the chance to jump back in at this point. You just have to bail out if you're AVULUS.
And now they're gonna chase out.
They've got to run. Whisper's going to see if he can get a catch on any of them.
Blink got canceled for a second there, but he still does have Agony.
Smiling Knight.
Gets out.
He's out with the TP, but Seneko won't be as lucky, and Jibei's still around. Didn't find a chance to TP out either himself.
Feeling pretty over. Down to bottom, the final racks exposed. Lumpy throwing the tip out to Stormstormer. He's feeling very confident, as he should. They'll just enter with the mid-wave, it looks like. Lumpy empowered. 300 damage on this Void Spirit as well. The tower is falling. They've got a glyph.
See all the players here. The fortification's out. Potentially for also the final time.
The last time AVULUS got a kill was 13 minutes ago.
Whisper, he's able to get the jump on Seneko. Does have buyback available, but the tier 3s are gone.
Alex stuns himself.
Lumpy. He's looking to lead in. We'll get out to the side, wait out the MP. Pike pushes on forward. The buyback comes out for Seneko.
They don't have a wave, so they'll back up and reset for that. Roche also is back. They can set up for bottom. They're already naturally here. It's probably just got to be... Do they have a smoke on AVULUS? It's probably just got to be that YOLO smoke again and try to look for a fight. I mean, it's pretty much impossible to see another way out of it unless you somehow catch them ridiculously off guard. I don't even think they have a smoke, though. And this Roche, easy for the taken. Nice little 600 damage Morphling.
Getting some crazy numbers now on Pike. And there we have the tool for them to be able to go for that high ground push one more time.
Time to close it out. Level 20 even being hit for Pike. More damage, of course, got Paladin Sword before it all. So more painful for AVULUS, and AVULUS looks like they're going to try a fight outside to catch them off guard, but this is going to be a painful looking one, it feels. Let's see who they find. Can they kill a core, Owen?
They get the jump. Smiling Knight's in as well. They have the Tornado follow-up, but Lumpy's already in on the back line. They turn straight over towards Stormstormer. Stormstormer able to slide away to safety for now.
Lasso.
They got the drag back, but Enrage allows Smiling Knight to break away. And pushing on over towards Stormstormer. They'll catch up with the Remnants. Seneko gets a decent ult here from the tree line, doing quite a bit of damage, but not nearly enough. Stormstormer goes down. Seneko dies. Jibei finished off by Pike. AVULUS, they have to scramble back to the high ground.
They got to support, but killing these cores just is impossible.
And there's still the threat of the RP available from Whisper.
And he's back to full HP.
They try for the jump, but Eki just explodes. They get the opening on towards the Morph, but Pike, he's going to be ready for round 2. With that Aegis, Whisper looking for the angle for a jump. They'll play around with Jibei with a shockwave. They go straight over towards him. There's the RP from Whisper to close this one up. The Smiling Knight and Stormstormer are caught. Stormstormer's able to get back to the fountain. Smiling Knight comes in immediately with a buyback, but nobody else has buybacks available on AVULUS. He'll try and jump in, but they're ready for him. Pops the BKB, but Pike's just killing him off through it. Gets it aggressively with a waveform. Smiling Knight out for good. GG is called. Beast Coast, this series is theirs. 2-1 against AVULUS.